This tournament, Scotty, has brought together the best on the ice, and our partner BitBuy brings Canadians the best in crypto. Whether you're a grizzled vet or stepping into the arena for the first time, BitBuy makes it easy to buy, sell, and earn your favorite crypto assets. We have an exclusive promo available at bitbuy.ca/TFP. Make your first deposit, and you'll score $50 free. See site for details. Terms apply.
Speaking of scoring, Austin Matthews will not be doing that tonight.
That's right.
Matthews is officially out for Team USA. They're calling it upper body soreness.
Okay.
I've got to think, Dave, that this is just a continuation of what we touched on. The injury, the mysterious injury that, again, they've not let anybody in on, and nor would we expect that to be the case until the Leaf season comes to an end, whatever that might be. And no punchlines intended there in terms of whatever that might be. But the reality is that he probably has never been quite healthy all season long. That's why he missed the 2 stints with the Leafs. Yep. That's why he's missing tonight. But we are told he will be good to go, like Matthew Tkachuk, for Thursday night. And it's different than not having Raquel and Zibanejad in that, in the lineup. Ullmark and Gustafsson also still battling a little bit of an illness, although... Yeah, that's almost like Team Sweden's kind of looking out for their NHL team, saying, you know what, if they're not 100% right now, we're not going to risk them in a game that doesn't mean that much. No, exactly. Now, the takeaway is, well, it's already in the room. So are the other guys going to now take this back to their teams? Sure. And all that, that's certainly something to worry about. But it is, it's February. It's the time of year people get sick, and this is what happens. And it's unfortunate it's affecting these teams. And you got to imagine Raquel and Zibanejad certainly want to suit up for their country, but unfortunately they're not able to. Everybody's getting it. I saw an old producer friend of mine who works at Sportsnet, and I was ready to shake his hand today. He said, "Oh, Scotty," and he gave me a little fist bump. Yeah. He's like, "I'm under the weather." I said, "Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's for sure." So it's going around. There's no question. First in Montreal, and now following some here to Boston, regrettably. So for Team USA, Dave, they're going 11 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight. They're playing a skater down. Yes. 17 skaters. They could have gone 11-7. They decided, obviously, not to dress that 7th defenseman because that guy's Charlie McAvoy. Yes. And they don't want him playing tonight. They'd rather give him the night off, play the 3 pairings, not have the odd men on the back end. And so they're going 11-6 tonight as Team USA. My understanding is McAvoy could use the rest. So to not put him out in a game where that doesn't matter for them with respect to where they're going to finish in this tournament, get him ready and get him healed up for Thursday's game. So yeah, they'll go a man short. I can tell you one thing, Scotty. I don't imagine anybody on this team is going to be shying away from a few extra minutes to play in this one. These guys are going to want to eat up as much as they can. Absolutely. We were kind of joking earlier today. You bring Jake Sanderson in, you play him 30 minutes tonight. Right, yeah. Dennis, yeah. I think Dennis brought that up earlier, right? Why not? First of all, he's capable of doing that. Right. But secondly, again, you want to make sure you've got everybody, knock on wood as I knock on wood, on behalf of U.S. hockey fans here in Boston and listening from around North America, that everybody gets through this one healthy. That's what you're hoping for. Yes. You want to see everybody playing on Thursday that can play on Thursday. Another one, too, Dennis brought it up in our postgame show after they beat Canada 3-1 on Saturday night in Montreal. A guy like Jacob Slavin played a lot of hockey. And Slavin is that poster boy for what the American squad did to Canada on Saturday night. Yep. The last 40 minutes, they simply constricted the game. They took away the middle of the ice. A guy like Slavin was of the utmost importance going back to Saturday, and he's going to be counted upon for some major minute munching coming up on Thursday in the final. Oh, absolutely. His pairing, they ate up those minutes, and they were a big factor in shutting down Canada's offensive attempts. Now, Canada's rejigged their lineup a little bit. I got to imagine what happened earlier today. They're going to utilize that formation for the game against the U.S. So we'll see how that obviously goes. Birthday boy Adam Fox, keep an eye on him tonight. He's certainly going to want to try to get on the score sheet in this one. We wanted to mention as well that earlier today, a big return for Canada. Certainly, we wondered about Cale Makar. Yes. A, was he going to play? And B, if he did play, how effective could he be? How much could he play? He was out there. He wasn't spectacular like Makar can be. Right. But given the fact that he's missed a couple of days, certainly, and missed the previous game against the American squad on Saturday, just to see him back in the lineup was a shot in the arm. Yes, big time. For Team Canada,
John Cooper calls him a one-man breakout, right? Because he is. He's the type of guy that can smoothly skate the puck out of your zone.
Yep.
You don't need to even make an outlet pass. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you don't need it because you've got number 8 lugging the puck out. What did he play? 24 minutes, I think, give or take a few seconds earlier today. So, again, solid but not spectacular.
Right.
But I think it was important for him to get back today, not only because Canada needed the victory over Finland, which they got, but you wanted to get him some game action, some reps in advance of Thursday night. Because he could be a difference. He wasn't available Saturday.
Yeah.
Thursday he will be.
Huge difference maker for any team. I mean, yes, you've got Crosby and McKinnon and McDavid and so on and so on and so on. But to have a player of Makar's caliber on that back end for those exits, for the entries, for everything that can be created offensively for this group, for this Canadian squad, Makar is going to play a significant role in their plan of attack against the United States on Thursday. That's no question.
All right, so we're getting you set for puck drop. We got about 2 minutes to go in the pregame warm-up. Steve Coulias and Andrew Raycroft are going to have the live radio play-by-play call North America-wide coming up just past the top of the hour. Puck drop should be in roughly 25-30 minutes time as we get you set for Team Sweden and Team USA to wrap up the round-robin portion of the tournament. As it turns out, we have the medal round. I guess we can call it the medal round. The championship game comes up on Thursday night.
I guess, yeah.
Bit of a different tournament being so short and being a tournament that you get to play in 4 games if you're good enough like Canada and U.S. to get to where you want to go.
I give the Swedes credit. They travel well. There's a decent amount of yellow here that's not Bruins yellow. There's a decent amount of yellow here in the crowd for this game.
Absolutely.
A solid amount of Swedish contingent making their way out here for this one.
And as you know, in Toronto at Scotiabank Arena, when the Leafs are leaving the ice after the pregame warm-up, usually Austin Matthews is one of the last guys off the ice. Mitch Marner, his teammate, one of the last guys off the ice. That's not the case here. EP40 heads to the dressing room down the corridor for Team Sweden. And the backup goaltender tonight, Philip Gustafsson, is the last Swedish player that goes off the ice to the dressing room. And we'll wait and see exactly when Team USA wraps things up. Most of the players have already left.
We've got 5 guys on the ice now.
5 guys wanting to soak up all the ice time that they can get.
Make it 4. Jack Hughes heading to the room.
Off the ice. Play-by-play of players leaving the ice in pregame warm-up. Where else can you get this? But right here, right now on NHL Network Radio as they get set to go. Yeah, Jacob Slavin certainly not fatigued after playing all those major minutes against Team Canada Saturday.
He wants to eat him up. Jack Eichel now to the bench, to the room.
There we go.
You've got Larkin, Gensel, and Slavin now. Oh, I think Gensel is making his way.
Gensel is going to make his way off the ice. And
we got a Quebec Nordiques jersey in the house, too.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? Bring back the Nordique at some point, if that's humanly possible. I know there's a lot that goes into it.
That'd be good.
In terms of economics and finances and ownership and the whole bit. Jacob Slavin just about to leave the ice. And Dylan Larkin, why not? The guy with the game-winning goal going back to Saturday night is the last player off the ice. And that is it for your live play-by-play report for pregame warm-ups. Dylan Larkin, always a fan favorite, tossing a few pucks into the crowd for the American fans there that are saluting him. And why wouldn't they? Like I said, his goal is going to be one that's talked about for quite some time. The game winner against Canada in what was just an epic contest this past Saturday night from Bell Center in Montreal. I don't know what we're going to expect on Thursday, Dave. Dennis and I were talking about this a little bit earlier today. I don't know that anything, even the championship here on Thursday, can live up to what we saw in Montreal on Saturday night. But I said to DB earlier, maybe we just temper our enthusiasm a little bit, bring it down, and then maybe we just get brought back up again.
Ramp it up.
Because that's the thing. I mean, we know about the fervor and the energy and the electricity that's always in the Bell Center.
Yeah.
Let alone for a game of that magnitude with what's going on the ice, outside the rink, the whole bit. We know all about that. This is going to be the Americans' chance on Thursday night, though.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this game in their own barn.
Yep.
You know, they've got the quote-unquote home ice advantage.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Team USA was the team that most pundits predicted would be the team to beat when it was all said and done at the Four Nations Faceoff. Now, Canada has bucked this trend before.
Yep.
Chris Pronger on Twitter last night says, hey, a lot of people jumping off the Team Canada bandwagon. Where have I heard this before? 2002, 2010 in Vancouver, et cetera, et cetera. So Canada has been able to, quote-unquote, upset in years gone by and big-time best-on-best competitions gone by. They'll try their best on Thursday, but there's no doubt that coming in, many people favored the Americans.
Myself included. I had them winning this thing against Canada. So we'll see how that goes. I remember being here during the Stanley Cup Final 2019 against St. Louis. This place was ridiculous. I can imagine how absolutely raucous it's going to be Thursday.
Thursday night, Connor Hellebuyck, something to prove. Big time, big game situation. Go silence the critics.
That's right.
And for Jordan Binnington. Guess where he is? Right here.
Yep.
Where you were, Game 7, 2019, in this barn.
Winning it here.
When he won the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
So he knows the building in a big-time clutch situation. He's going to look for much the same result coming up in Thursday. Not for the St. Louis Blues, but for Team Canada. Dave, great to catch up with you once again. Great to see you. A reminder that I'll be with you during the intermissions for Team Sweden and Team USA tonight, and that Dennis Bernstein joins me for the post-game show as always. You've been listening to the Four Nations Faceoff pregame show right here on Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio.
Congratulations to the Super Bowl 59 champion Philadelphia Eagles.
Quarterback Jalen Hurts, world champion and Super Bowl MVP. Just talk about how that feels.
It's amazing. Just humbled, just trying to soak it in.
What an effort overall, dominant performance.
Yeah, it was a great team effort. You know, defense wins championships, and that defense played their ass off all year. It's a blessing to be able to win in multiple ways.
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The biggest plays.
That was knocked away. The backhand scores!
Yes.
Oh, and a good hit there by White Cloud.
Goals.
Better front point. Score!
Tune to NHL Network Radio for the most in-depth hockey talk on the planet. Insiders and the best analysis on the air.
They got a better defense. They got better goaltending. They got more balance up front.
The NHL on Sirius XM. Hear every team and your hometown call. NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-295-7144. 800-295.
Loss journey with Replenza. Replenza is physician-formulated nutritional support designed for GLP-1 users, so you can look great and feel great while you lose weight.
It is a game changer.
Cheers, hockey fans. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Four Nations Face-Off. Wow, this hockey is so much fun. It's wide open. The stars are on the ice. Please help us bring more hockey fans here in the chat by hitting the like button down below. As well, please share this out. Share it out on Twitter, TikTok, X, I don't know, whatever you call it, Twitter or X. I'm still stuck in the middle. I call it Twitter all the time, but then I kind of get cool and call it X. Either way, hit the like button, share this thing out. You get the point. Good luck to your team. Thanks for hanging out with us. Now let's get back to the hockey.
Away out of the box, and he backhands it wide.
One dream.
Near side to Jesper Brown in front. They score.
The world's best go head-to-head in the ultimate battle for hockey supremacy.
Here's a breakaway. Eric Halla. Oh, what a save by Connor Hellebuyck.
Canada, United States, Sweden, Finland.
Comes to favor. He lets it go. They score.
No second chances. No excuses. Just pure intensity.
As the Finns bring it back, Joki Harju scores.
Legends will rise. Only one will stand above the rest.
Wide. Oh, my God. What a save by Binnington on Zibanejad.
Four Nations Faceoff. From TD Garden in Boston, here's Steve Coolius and Andrew Raycroft.
With Team Canada's win this afternoon, the table is set. It's an all-North American final on Thursday, but there's still one more game to be played, and there are injury concerns. Hello again, everybody. I'm Steve Coolies, along with Andrew Raycroft, Scott Laughlin, and the rest of our Sirius XM crew. Matthew Tkachuk, out. Charlie McAvoy, out. Austin Matthews, out. The U.S. going with 11 forwards. What does this mean, my good friend, for Thursday?
Well, it certainly gives everybody something to talk about over the next couple of days, and the coaches and the players will be answering about who's in the lineup, who won't be. It seems as though there will be some question marks around those three players that we just talked about.
No Mika Zibanejad, Ricard Raquel, Linus Ullmark is sick, although he's up here with us, which means Sam Ersson plays for Sweden. On the other side, I already mentioned no Connor Hellebuck, and Jake Ottinger gets the call. What do you think, as a former goalie, this strategic move?
Well, again, it's completely up to Connor Hellebuck. The way he's played all season long, the way he's played in the first two games of this tournament, you sit down, you have a conversation with Connor, and you say, what's going to make you best prepared for the game on Thursday night? He says, I'd love a rest, I'd love to kick my feet up, I'd love to have a bag of popcorn, I'd love to watch the guys from the ninth floor with Steve Coolius and Andrew Raycroft, and then I'll be ready to go on Thursday.
Yep, and it's one of those situations where the U.S. has the luxury of kind of doing whatever they want to do. They've won both games. They're finishing first. They'll have the last change. They are literally at home as we get into tonight's matchup. And, of course, what's going to happen on Thursday. You'll hear from John Cooper on Canada USA 2.0 at this tournament. But first, Mike Sullivan on what he honestly expects from his team tonight.
I think the important aspect from our standpoint is we want to continue to get better. We want to improve as a team. We want to make sure we're moving in the right direction. And so, and these games mean a lot to everybody. And so, I wouldn't suggest for 1 second that this game doesn't mean anything to our team. When we go on the ice, we want to put our best game on the ice, and we want to move the needle. We want to improve in different areas of our game. We want to improve in some of the concepts and the tactics that we've tried to introduce to the group. We try to wrap a little bit more detail around those concepts with each day that we're here. And it just gives us another opportunity to continue to get better in those areas so that, number one, we have better execution, but also we're a little bit more predictable for one another on both sides of the puck.
Razor, you know how it works. When you get cookies and apples, you're happy. When you don't, and you're supposed to, then people start talking. There are a lot of players tonight that would like to get off the schneid and pick up some points, like Kyle Connor. We know he's one of the best goal scorers in the NHL. Does that matter, even though sometimes we pretend it doesn't?
Oh, I think it definitely matters in this type of a situation where, sure, it doesn't make or break you, but it can certainly make you feel better over the next couple of days when you have friends and family in the building, when you're talking to your buddies back home. If you put one in the net or you get a couple apples or you get a couple opportunities, whatever goes on tonight will carry over. And I think Mike Sullivan's saying as much, that they have to stay focused tonight to be ready for Thursday night.
Kyle Connor has 30 goals this year with the Winnipeg Jets. He'd love to get a couple tonight to be ready for Thursday. Here is number 81.
Yeah, that's it. We just got to build on our game. Obviously not a ton of games with this group and with the type of structure that we're trying to implement. So just overall work on everything, work on chemistry, just stuff that we've harped on throughout the first couple of practices and even the last couple of games.
In the minds of a lot of pundits, you guys came in as the team to beat anyway for this tournament here. What have you found about your team and what you think the capability still could be?
Yeah, I think we've done a great job of coming together really quick in the time we've had, and just playing the game that you are as a player. Going on, you pick for a reason. Everybody has a role here, which has been great, and we've been embracing that. And I'm really excited with obviously the start, but there's a lot. We haven't done anything. There's a lot still to play for.
Matthew obviously can't go tonight, but Brady says no worries. He'll be there Thursday. What's it been like from your vantage point to get a front row seat to see guys like the Tkachuks doing what they've been doing so far in the tournament? And certainly everybody's still talking about the way that game started on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was Yeah, that was pretty special. Obviously the anticipation was building. You could just feel it in the air, and obviously those are the type of players that the big game, big moments they love to play in, and you can see it. So it's it's fun to be a teammate of them, fun to be a part of it.
What are you expecting from Sweden tonight? That's a team that's got some pride, but they're not really playing for much beyond tonight. What do you expect to see in terms of resistance from that side of things?
Yeah, I mean, we got. This is kind of the first of very many international play that we have on the schedule coming up. So I expect them to come hard, set the tone for, future series to come. And like you said, a lot of pride over there. So I expect a really hard-fought game.
Last one here for you. Tonight you've got the Swedes, and then Thursday it's the rematch with Canada. Again, not looking past Sweden tonight, but everybody's still looking forward to Thursday and that much-anticipated rematch. What are your thoughts on the way it played out Saturday and what Thursday could be all about too?
Yeah, I'm excited to play in front of the Boston fans, in front of all the Americans, have them on our side for that game, and super excited. I think it's gonna be awesome. They're gonna come back and want to push back and show that they can come back and respond from that game, but we'll be ready for sure.
Look forward to it. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
That's Kyle Connor with our very own Scotty Laughlin. We'll get into Thursday ourselves, and you'll hear from John Cooper in just a moment. So we mentioned no Mika Zibanejad, no Ricard Raquel, Linus Ullmark is out, Samuel Ersson in his career, approaching 100 games, trying to do everything he can as a member of the Flyers, but his save percentage is .896 this year. What do you expect? And this is a chance to show the national team he can play at this level, right?
That's it. There's always an opportunity. One person goes down, Vezina Trophy winner Linus Ullmark goes down with a little illness. You have an opportunity if you're Sam Ersson on a huge stage. The whole hockey world's watching. The guys around the league are coming back from vacation. They'll be checking in on this game. Of course, everybody knows, anyone who evaluates is watching this game, and you have an opportunity to make a real statement for yourself and your family.
Philip Forsberg has played over 750 NHL games in his early 30s. People like him are going to give everything that they have. They'll be watching back home in Sweden. Here he is talking about tonight's contest.
Yeah, obviously after the first period, I honestly kind of tuned it off and, just trying to focus on, playing a good game, and then woke up from my nap and saw that it got a lot closer than I anticipated. And, it's obviously unfortunate, but at the same time, it's not that it's out of our control, and just got to come out here and play a good game.
That's the whole thing. How do you gather up the emotion and the energy needed to take on a top flight U.S. team tonight when essentially after tonight it's over for your team?
Yeah, no, I think that's something that we can rally around. Obviously the first two games didn't go the way we wanted to. We did a lot of good things, but also things that we would have liked to do better. But still a great opportunity for me personally, play with this group of guys, for us to play as a team together, and obviously there's a lot more in national hockey to come, thankfully, a lot in the next couple of years, and this is a good test for our team for sure.
And I guess for you as well with the Tre Kroner, I mean, whenever you put your team's sweater on, your country's sweater on, there's a certain amount of pride that goes on with making sure you live up to those standards.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, like you said, this based on the tournament, games means nothing. We can't climb, we can't do anything. But like you said, there's a lot of pride there. We play for our country, play for each other, and we're definitely excited about that.
A lot of these guys, I'm sure you know and you've played with before. Maybe some you haven't. You didn't know that well. What's it been like the last week or so, just to get to know these guys a little bit better on and off the ice?
It's been great. It's been a great opportunity. Like you said, there's been an opportunity we've been robbed of for the last 8 years. To play competitive, best on best hockey for our countries, and it's been awesome. I think this tournament's been great. Like I said, I wish we had one more game in us, but we're going to try to leave it all out here tonight.
Last one here for you. You look ahead to next year at this time in the Olympics. This has got to kind of whet the appetite a little bit, right, for what you guys might be able to bring to Italy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if anything, we showed the rest of the sports world how exciting hockey is, and obviously the Canada-US game was kind of the tip of the iceberg there with how that game went down. But I think it's been very competitive, very good hockey, and hopefully we can end on a high note as well.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Philip Forsberg on sleeping through what ended up being a close game earlier this afternoon. Almost came into play if the game went into overtime, which it did not do. John Cooper, after the game, was asked about Thursday and what he maybe learned in the loss against the U.S. on Saturday.
Probably a lot of the things we did tonight. A lot of this game is about puck management, and sometimes it's not as fun to watch. There's a lot of hard work because much of the game you might be working without the puck, but when you put it in places and go get it back, you can lean on teams. And I think we did that. We didn't do that very well against the U.S. the first game and made some adjustments in it tonight, and it worked in our favor. So anytime you do those and the guys see a little success, but we have to put stress on them. And I didn't think we did enough. And there was a lot of tribute to them too. They have a phenomenal team and they defend and play hard. So I think you're going to see two really evenly matched teams go at it. Like I said, the City of Boston will be treated as something special, I think, Thursday night.
That's John Cooper about Thursday night, but we've got a game tonight. If you're Mike Sullivan, are you worried about playing not to get hurt? Have you been in a situation, a last preseason game, the season's about to start, Razor? What can you tell us?
Well, and we always talked about it when you're in the league. If you're playing to not get hurt, that's the most dangerous scenario you have out there. You need to go 100%. Anytime you go 80% in this game, in this league, especially best on best, you put yourself in danger out on the ice. So you need to go out as a player individually and go 100%. You go exactly how you usually would, fill your lanes exactly the same way, and at the end of the day, you get out on the ice like everybody at home listening. You're playing with your buddies in the driveway, you're playing with your brother and sister down in the basement, you're playing in the beer league. You're going to go. Your competitiveness comes out, and these guys are the most competitive people in the world.
And remember, this is the first best-on-best game that kind of matters, not a round robin when Getzlaf and Team Canada played in Columbus before the 2016 World Cup. This is the first time, by my calculations, a best-on-best game has been played in the States since the XL Energy Center in 2004. You think these people care whether the game matters or not? They want to see the red, white, and blue for the first time.
And especially coming off of the game on Saturday night, the excitement that Team USA is number one. They want to see a game, they want to see the entertainment, and they're excited to do so.
The next voice you'll hear, the PA announcer, Al Murdoch, getting you ready for USA-Sweden, the final game before the big one. Enjoy.
Please welcome onto the ice, the United States! Please welcome onto the ice, Sweden! It's now time for tonight's starting lineup for the United States. At forward, number 7, Brady Tkachuk. At forward, number 9, Jack Eichel. At forward, number 20, Chris Kreider. On defense, number 8, Zach Werenski. And number 15, Noah Hannafin. Starting in goal, number 30, Jake Ottinger.
We're moments away from Sweden, USA. Up next, the national anthems, and then the puck drop.
Fans, we ask you to now stand if you are able and remove your hats for the national anthems. We also ask in the spirit of this great game that unites everyone that you kindly respect the national anthems and the players that represent each country. Please welcome Frida Goldstrand for the singing of the Swedish national anthem.
Du gamla, du fria, du fjärran
Please remain standing and welcome Todd Angeli for the singing of the United States National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow, that was awesome. But I did think to myself during the anthem, imagine that Thursday, Razor. You had to think the same thing.
You certainly do, and it's hard to give this game the justice when we have such a juicy matchup on Thursday night and everything, all the pageantry, the flags out on the ice, Todd Angeli, who's as good as it gets in the National Hockey League, singing that anthem and not picture ahead Thursday, but there is a lot of business to be done out on the ice for those guys playing.
11 forwards for the U.S. No Matthew Tkachuk, no Austin Matthews. Hellebuck not playing. Ottinger is. Charlie McAvoy also banged up. Is there anything to JT Miller and Elias Pettersson? Is this young and the restless, or do you say, Steve, let's see when they collide for the first time?
I've got my antenna up on that. I'm going to be watching for that, and certainly after Saturday night, all bets are off, because I didn't see that coming either. So certainly it feels like there was some personal things going on in Vancouver. Now JT's in New York, and this will be the opportunity, or the first time we will get to see them go head-to-head.
The sixth game of 7 of the Four Nations face-off. Jack Eichel in the face-off circle against Elias Lindholm, and we are underway, and the crowd is in it right off the hop. Puck is behind Ersson. Raymond can't get it out. Brady Tkachuk is there, couldn't find the handle, and out comes Erik Karlsson at center. In over the line, in front of the net. What a great defensive play there by Chris Kreider in his first game, lifting the stick of Lindholm. From the point, there's a shot. Ottinger makes the save on Forsling. Eichel knocks it out. Here comes Zach Werenski. Right in on goal. Shot, save, rebound, they score! Guess who? Welcome to the tournament, Chris Kreider.
Chris Kreider, 35 seconds in, brings this pro-USA crowd to its feet. First shift for Kreider, getting out. Wonderful play by now the leading scorer in the tournament. Zach Werenski continues his incredible season. And Kreider, how many goals has he scored from that position out on the ice? Makes no mistake. 1-0 USA early.
33 years of age. He scored 50 goals with the Rangers in 2022. Has 16 in a weird year this year. Boy, the crowd is into it. As in after it is JT Miller with Jack Hughes. 11 forwards for the U.S. If you're just joining us, no Matthew Tkachuk, no Austin Matthews, and no Charlie McAvoy in the back end. Jake Sanderson draws in. We'll see if he can get on the score sheet as Miller knocks Bratt to the ice. Behind Ottinger, controlled by Faber, near side for Hughes. Tries to find Gensel too far. Brodin pokes at the center. There's Bratt resetting it back to Victor Hedman. Chris Kreider First shift in the tournament, scores on a rebound. What'd you think of the rebound by Ersson?
Well, it's such a tough play because Werenski's coming with so much speed. He beats the defenseman one-on-one, gets that quick shot on. You're trying to make the save. You can't put the rebound in a perfect spot.
Here's Larkin, right in on goal, hit the goal post. Dylan Larkin, who had the game-winning goal against Team Canada, hits the goal post. 2 great chances for the USA, and we haven't even played 90 seconds.
They've got a lot of energy. You can see it from up here, the energy that USA has, the excitement that they have in front of the home crowd.
Here's Noah Hannafin circling in his own zone. Rink wide for Kreider's Ranger teammate Adam Fox. Up to Kyle Connor. We talked about him in the pregame show. Has it in the far corner, loses it. Lindholm gets his pocket picked by Gensel. Arvidsson is no play, so he puts it behind the net to Gustav Forsling. And the Panther defenseman gets it out to center, but it's picked off by Zach Werenski. What a tournament without Jack Hughes Zach Werenski's had.
Unbelievable. And he's continued it from what he's done in Columbus in the first half of the season, leading the Blue Jacks to what looks like an opportunity to get into the playoffs for the first time in a long time, and he could be considered MVP type candidate.
Here's Jake Sanderson, son of Jeff, who played 1,100 games in the NHL, finished with exactly 700 points. Matthew Tkachuk hits Leo Carlson, who's in the lineup now because of all the injury or illness situations, makes a presence felt once again. Leo Carlson's part of the future that we talked about as well. As the puck comes to Gensel, just rolls. Oh, he didn't touch it, so icing on the play. Official scoring summary: Kreider for Werenski and another point for Eichel.
Werenski and Eichel continue to lead offensively for this Team USA. And the other thing that keeps popping into my mind, Steve, is the fact that the Olympics are only a year. Games like this are still tryouts for these teams.
Good point.
It's the coaching staff, the general managers, they're watching how these players react in a game like this. As you know, as coaching minor hockey, you want to see a kid when nothing really matters, see how much they compete.
And that's a great point. I remember talking to people that say either everything matters or nothing does matter, especially for the Carlsons of the world.
Correct. Jake Ottinger's for the world. Obviously, he's not he's not starting Thursday night, but he wants to be in the Olympics. He wants to be in Milano next year. This start goes a long way.
Here's Hedman picking off a feed that was intended for Hughes, or he would have been behind everybody and had a breakaway. We played 3.5 minutes. Chris Kreider makes it 1-0. Here comes Jack Hughes. Stops in the right wing circle, centers it for JT Miller. He spins back to the point, but Faber left his positioning, so the puck comes back to center ice. The U.S. will reset. Hughes back to Faber and heads to the bench. 1-0 USA. Chris Kreider on his first shift of the tournament. No Matthews, no McAvoy, and of course no Matthew Tkachuk. Here's Brodin to the line, but not out. Up to center for Elias Pettersson. The Canucks centerman tries to pick the pocket of Adam Fox. Instead it comes to Matt Boldy, and he gets it up to Gensel. Make that 29. Nelson with a shot, not 59. Behind the net, Rasmus Andersson, who draws in with all the lineup changes for the Swedes, gets it to Pettersson, who dumps it out. Here's Matt Boldy on the backhand, chips it in. Behind the net for Jack Hughes. 11 forwards, Razor. A lot of ice time for these American forwards.
A lot of jumbled lines, too.
Here's Werenski. Right wing circle. Right in on goal. And Sam Ersson makes what has to be his toughest save on the U.S.'s second shot.
And there you see Werenski again. He's just so dangerous from the back end. It seems like Sweden's in perfect position. They have 5 guys in the house. Man on man's working perfect, and it's one small, subtle little move. And Werenski's in between the hash marks, 8 feet away from Sam Ersson, who actually make a great save there on Zach Werenski. He's playing at a different level right now.
Face off to the left of Ersson. Trocheck on the draw, trying to get it to Kyle Connor. Picked up by Carlson, and he gets it out to center. Joel Eriksson Ek leaves it there for a one-timer by Adrian Kempe, and Ottinger makes the save.
There's a nice breakout by Sweden, of course. Erik Karlsson making a great breakout. Kempe actually went through the stick of the defenseman on the back end, Sanderson, broke it, and then ended up getting a great opportunity where Jake Ottinger has to make one of his better saves to start the game.
We're approaching the 5-minute mark here of period number 1. USA leads 1-0 on a Chris Kreider goal. That's Kempe having a little conversation there with Lindholm. Face off to the left of Ottinger. Eichel on the draw. He's out there with Miller and Tkachuk. Like you said, lines are in a blender.
They certainly are, and they're going to be all night. And maybe it gives an opportunity for the U.S. coaching staff to test and work and get some chemistry through different guys for the final.
Here's Tkachuk at center. Tries to bank it off the boards. Doesn't work. Comes to Werenski, who leaves it for Sanderson. Like Kreider in his first game of the tournament. Over to Eichel. Here's Tkachuk right in on goal. He falls, loses an edge, knocks the net off, and we get a stoppage, and hopefully he's okay as he hops to his feet.
Team USA will be holding their breath when anybody goes down through the next 54 minutes, especially a guy like Brady Tkachuk. You can see him went into the post, a little bit of a knock in the back, in the hip, a little bit of a stinger. I'm sure he'll be okay, but another great job by the U.S. getting on the outside. They've used this right wing now 3 or 4 times. They've scored the goal, of course, off of a Werenski shot from this right side. Really using their good job outside speed.
Face-off controlled by the U.S. Shot in far side by Jake Sanderson. In on the forecheck here is Boldy. Back to Werenski with a shot. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Ersson as he robs Dylan Larkin from point-blank range. Long lead feed for William Nylander. The first time we've noticed him tonight, but the play is offside.
Sam Ersson is under siege, and it's Zach Werenski again walking the line, getting that puck to the middle of the ice with a great wrist shot. 3 USA players out in front of the net. Great right pad save by Ersson on the rebound from Dylan Larkin, who just tries to sweep it in to the right of Ersson. He reaches back using the splits to make a huge save.
Well, we've only played almost 5 minutes, a bit over 5 minutes, and a lot of Leo Carlsson. So like you said, it's a tryout and a bit of an audition for him.
Great opportunity for a young guy, Leo Carlsson, playing against Team USA. A bunch of guys he plays against on a nightly basis to take advantage.
Here's Brad on the backhand. Easy save for Ottinger. He steers it aside. Comes out to center. The aforementioned Carlsson has it. Goes over to Forsberg and then heads to the bench. We approach the 6-minute mark. 1-0 USA scoring. 35 seconds into the game. There's a shoot-in attempt that hit the partition. Bounces to Elias Pettersson. His shot is weak and wide. Lindholm behind the net for Forsberg. Out in front. JT Miller picks it off to Gensel, back to Miller, and here he comes. In over the line. Ranger, center / winger dumps it in. He's on the ice with Elias Pettersson. Nothing so far. You got your beady little eyes on that, don't you?
I was just waiting for Pettersson to get the puck along the wall there. JT Miller looked to be sniffing it out as well.
Here's Forsberg, turns back and sends it up to Rasmus Dahlin. There's a shot that goes weak and wide. Joel Eriksson Ek off the bench. Dahlin back to the point to Victor Hedman. Hedman from the circle lets it go. Ottinger left pad save, comes to the line and out.
Nice shot by Ottinger finding that puck through traffic. Victor Hedman, as we know, can rip it.
Here comes Arvidsson. Slap shot. Just over top of the net. No slappers from 2 feet out, eh? Arvidsson has it
Not
again
in my
now.
games.
Behind the net, Gustav Nyquist goes down. Nelson tries to get it out once. He can't, then goes rink wide for Noah Hannafin. He goes off the boards and gets it out. 12:35 to go here, period number 1. Things have settled down, Razor, since the quick opening goal.
They have, and a couple big saves by Samuel Ersson that's allowed things to settle in, allowed Sweden to settle in.
Here's a shot by Brady Tkachuk. It's juggled in front of the net, and Ersson will hang on. 1-0 USA from TD Garden here in Boston. You're listening to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
I'm Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. I have 2 brand new exclusive channels right here on SiriusXM. First, there's Unwell Music, fun, feel-good music for the girls. And Unwell on Air, the best of Unwell and brand new live daily shows with weekly pop-ins from yours truly. Unwell Music on Channel 3 and Unwell on Air on the SiriusXM app.
The biggest plays.
Fakes. Save. Samsonov.
Yes.
The timing gets filled in at center ice.
Goals.
Better than front point. Score!
Tune to NHL Network Radio for the most in-depth hockey talk on the planet and the best analysis on the air.
It's got to be the coach then. Like, if they're waiting on something, like, what significant change you going to make?
The NHL on SiriusXM. Hear every team and your hometown call. NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
Hockey fans, listen in to NHL Network Radio, the on-ice leader for everything happening around the league. We've got the top stories of the day, the latest news and headlines, and comprehensive conversations with analysts, experts, and industry insiders. It's comprehensive hockey talk live from the Norwegian Cruise Line studios. All the action and excitement is happening on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. Brought to you by Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea with Norwegian Cruise Line. Visit ncl.com.
There are so many things in life when less is more. But on a Norwegian Cruise Line vacation, more is more. More to see, more to do, more to enjoy. More variety on board, more entertainment and activities, more incredible restaurants to satisfy any palate. Get more of what you love, including more value, because you deserve more on vacation. Experience more at sea with Norwegian Cruise Line. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or call 1-888-NCL-CRUISE.
Everything is better on ice.
Right circle, not a Martian. Shoots. He scores!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back live to Boston, TD Garden. United States scoring 35 seconds in. Chris Kreider leads Sweden 1-0. Brady Tkachuk has gone to the dressing room. Oh boy, he crashed into the post. He got up quickly, Razor. This is a huge, huge story.
It's becoming more and more of a story by the second of these injuries for Team USA. And of course, heads up, the game doesn't mean anything. Puck over glass. The game doesn't mean anything tonight. We're looking forward to Thursday. So now you're going to question, okay, is it injury? Is it precautionary? Is it load management? Tkachuk did go into the boards card. We'll see if he comes back.
Yep, and we talked about getting through this game unscathed. We've had one TV timeout. Now the U.S. has its first power play of the game, leading 1-0, down to 10 forwards, Razor. No Austin Matthews. Now both Tkachuk brothers are obviously not playing.
And we talked about the minutes of the forwards for Team Canada earlier today. These minutes are going to look much different for Team USA.
Great point by you. Here's Jack Hughes to Eichel. Shot goes off a shin pad wide. Back to Eichel, right wing circle, towards the net. There is Kreider looking for his second of the game. Denied by Ersson, and the Swedes get it out and down the ice.
Great puck movement there. Two seam passes through the middle of the diamond that Team Sweden was playing. Great opportunities for the USA power play.
Here comes Eichel on the drop back to Hughes. A little touch pass trying to get it to Gensel too far. He goes and gets it to Gensel. Back to Hughes. Over to Eichel. Loses it. Once again, Ekholm clears.
Not as nice of an entry there for Team USA. Couldn't get set up. Great job by Team Sweden, recognizing that pressure in a good spot.
Here comes Eichel. Or make that Hughes. Drops it back for Werenski. Near side for Kreider. Back to Gensel in the right wing circle. To the point to Werenski, running the power play. Over to Jack Hughes. There's a shot loose in front, corralled by Joel Eriksson-Ek, and he gets it out and down the ice. 8-3 shots favoring the United States.
Yeah, and they're continuing to get great opportunities. Sam Harrison standing tall at this point. 35 seconds still to kill.
Here comes Kyle Connor. Play broken up at the line, but he did gain the line. Over to JT Miller behind the net. Comes out the near side. U.S. moving from left to right on your radio dial as Arvidsson picks that one off and sends it down the ice. So far, so good for Trey Cronin.
Excellent kill after that first clear. After USA had 3 good opportunities, they've done a nice job
There's Boldy on the rush. He was going 1-on-3. Broken up, sent to center, and Fox gets it right back in again to Kyle Connor. Here's Kyle Connor, right wing circle, sends one towards the net. Cross-checking penalty coming up on the play. Was that Boldy or... I think it was Boldy. He's going to get called for cross-checking. Wes McCauley with the call.
We got 12 U.S. minor interference.
Oh, yeah, interference. Okay, 2.
Yeah. He used the cross-check motion to interfere. Cooley. He could have called it either way. Matt Boldy. A little battle. The puck hadn't gotten there yet. The puck was up in the air. Got a little ahead of it. Got in on Ekholm a little early, and now power play for Sweden.
9:57 to go, period number 1. U.S. with the first power play. Now the Swedes will go to a power play, and they've decided face-off to the left of Jake Ottinger, given the choice that they have. Remember, no Ricard Raquel, no Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad would be on the ice right now.
He certainly would be, and goes to opportunity for a guy like Leo Carlsson. A little up in the air. The goalies think we have a break. The referees think we have a break, and now the shovels are coming out. We do have a break.
Hey you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm right here. You can't see me yet, but now you can. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Are you having fun, chatting it up, cheering on your favorite team during the Four Nations face-off? Just wanted to say thanks for being here, and please hit that subscribe button and help us get on our way to 100,000 subscribers. It's absolutely insane what a group of sports fans can do and build a community that makes a difference with SickKids Hospital every single game and every single month. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell. Now let's see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team, and welcome to our awesome community.
The dressing room, how do you go with 10 forwards and do you keep them in the room?
It's a difficult situation because, well, as Sweden goes on this power play here, but you do have to be careful running 10 guys at this point.
Nylander down low, jam play at the side of the net by Jesper Bratt doesn't work. Carlson keeps it in momentarily, and then spinning around, what a play by Dylan Larkin to get it to center for Brock Nelson. He brings it back for Noah Hannafin. Crashing into the right post was Brady Tkachuk. So we saw the trainer in the TV timeout go to the coaching staff, cover up the old lips as a play to the net is stopped by Jake Ottinger, 2017 World Junior Champion. That play was for Elias Pettersson, but to no avail.
Too far in advance for Pettersson to get his speed, his stick on that, and you have another face-off to the left of Jake Ottinger here with 44 seconds left. Sweden needs to get, if they want to get some momentum in this game, you got to get at least some opportunities here off of this power play.
Pettersson on the draw, loses it. Cleared to the line, but not out. Comes to the near side for Rasmus Dahlin with a shot. He was looking for the stick of Forsberg. That was better. Didn't work, but the play was there.
Great puck movement off of the face-off loss, but they did a good job getting it back, moving it side to side, and then Forsberg, we've seen him score so many goals from that position in Nashville over the years. Parked out in front, the tip just goes up and over the glass.
Have you played with 10 forwards in a first period before?
It's been a really long time, like your junior days or the AHL days. But not at this level, no, because you would have guys, you would always have an extra forward dressing for warm-up, and you would always run to that unless you had 2 injuries real quick in a game. No.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the USA dressing room and the bench, of course. Looks thin there. Looks like the Barley's bench on a late game on a Monday as a puck's cleared to the line, but not out. Here's Elias Pettersson. Takes a hit from Hannafin. Gets it behind the net for Eichel. He can't get it out. Kind of fanned on it. Dahlin to Hedman up top. Winding, shooting. Ottinger never saw it. Good screen by Forsberg. Hannafin behind the net. Getting help from Jake Sanderson, who's in the lineup for McAvoy. Puck comes to Eichel. He's got a streaking Kreider, who also kills penalties. Don't forget, too far. And it goes down the ice. 8 minutes to go in the first.
Hedman goes down behind the net, and that's the other thing, that these penalties can really add up. When you have Boldy sitting in the box, another forwards, you're down to 9 guys for the 2 minutes during the power play, so these minutes add up.
Nylander with a shot that goes weak and wide. Gensel looking for Boldy out of the box. Too far, and the Swedes reset. Here's Nylander, rink wide for Jesper Bratt, backhands it in. Leo Carlson of the Anaheim Ducks goes in after it. Comes to JT Miller near side, 7:30 to go in the period. Jack Hughes with speed in over the line. To Zach Werenski. Tried to return the favor, picked off by Calgary's Rasmus Andersson. Checking into the tournament. He just dumped it to center, that was Carlson. Nylander tried to pick the pocket of Larkin, now he'll head to the bench as well. Larkin at center, fires it in. 7 minutes to go here, period number 1. Brady Tkachuk in the dressing room. His brother Matthew, of course, not in the game either. He's Austin Matthews and Charlie McAvoy. I mean, McAvoy had some big checks on Connor McDavid. You just have to wonder putting 2 and 2 together.
You certainly do, and more talk about him, whether he'll be back or what the issue is as news have come out during the day. So certainly something, and it certainly will be a big story over the next couple of days here in Boston.
Falling down behind the net, but making the play is Brock Faber to Eichel. Up to Boldy, can't get it out. Arvidsson keeps it in to Carlson with a shot. Ottinger, he can't squeeze it, it goes in. A weak shot. Knocked in by Gustav Nyquist, and we're tied at 1.
Really not. Well, that's a turnover just inside of the blue line from Team USA. Sweden's able to turn it up right away. Matt Boldy trying to make a play there that wasn't really there. That's off the boards and out. And then it's Erik Karlsson. How many times have we seen him be able to sift a wrister through with a little bit of traffic but find a stick, and Gus Nyquist just gets a tip of it that makes Ottinger not be able to track it all the way through, and it just dribbles through Jake Ottinger's right arm underneath him and crosses the line by 6 inches.
35 years of age, the veteran who may be on the move once again. 837 games. He's played for 5 teams. Maybe it'll be a 6th. Nice deflection there on the shot by Carlson. The Carlson shot going in wouldn't have been a great goal, but great eyes by you, Razor. That's why you won the Calder Trophy in 04.
Well, that's why I'm a goalie. I'm always trying to find ways or why those goals go in.
Under 6 to go. Back come the Swedes. Ekholm, left wing circle with a shot. Goes off Werenski and into the netting. Game tied 1-1. You're listening to the Four Nations Faceoff live on Channel 91.
Everybody
got me living it up, we said.
Yo, what's up? It's Sirius XM Fly. I can't come to the phone right now because I'm over on channel 50 playing those 90s. What's my name? Let's flip the track from the old school back. And 2000s hip-hop and R&B throwbacks. Commercial free 24/7. Pull up channel 50 and at home with Sirius XM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Holla.
In case you missed it on NHL Network Radio.
Losterinen.
Canada fans, hockey fans, USA fans, Finland fans, Sweden fans, thank you for hanging out with us here on Toronto Sports Insider for every single game of the Four Nations Face-Off. Now is the time of the show. Please let us know where you are watching from in the chat. Are you in Canada? Let us know your city and province. If you're in the US, city and state, if you're all over the world, get that flag emoji in the chat. Let us know the country and the city that you're watching from and hanging out with us here on Toronto Sports Insider, where we make a real world difference every single game. Now let's get back to the hockey. Thank you for participating and letting us know. I'm in a little bit outside of Chicago, Illinois. Ugh. Transplant fan. It happens. Thanks for letting us know, world. We'll see you back in the chat.
Like, no goals for retirement? No goals. What about a new home? No goals. Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals. Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to MassMutual.com today.
It's Kaprizov on a 1-on-1 over the offensive line, pivoting.
Hockey comes alive.
With a centering feed, they score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to Boston. Brady Tkachuk is back and on the ice. Crisis averted.
Certainly has so far. We'll see him get out on the ice. We'll see him take a few shifts, but certainly important, especially within this game. Of course, the finals is one thing, but I really believe in this side of this game to go 55 minutes, only 10 forwards would be a big ask for this group.
Even if he can give you 2.5 minutes, right? A lot of guys are going to be in the mid-20s. Here's Brady now with a shot. Erson makes a save, kicks it out, cleared to the line, and skated out by Leo Carlson. 3-on-2, looking for Brad. And there's a whistle on the play. I guess it was indeed offside. 5:35 to go. So that's a quick shift. And Brady is back on the bench, second spot by the door. But if it was serious, he would have left again, right?
Yes, although he did labor on that back check. I don't know if it was a labor of, a little bit of tiredness or behind the play, or if he was just trying to shake off whatever's ailing him.
Here's Carlson behind his own net. Got an assist on that Gustav Nyquist goal moments ago. Up to Elias Pettersson. Chips it in. In after his Joel Eriksson Ek. Adam Fox loses it to Pettersson. Hits Forsberg in the skate. Now he's got it. Loses it to Nelson. Out to Boldy, and here come the USA. Boldy on the backhand gets it in as we approach the 15-minute mark here of a 1-1 game. USA-Canada on Thursday. And right now it's about health, pride, and tryouts, right, Razor?
That's right, Steve. And Team Sweden has a whole lot to play for with the Olympics in just 1 year. There's lots of evaluating going on within these team organizations and countries. And for Team USA, you don't want to take the foot off the gas. You're playing in 3 days against Team Canada.
Here's Nyquist centering it, looking for Victor Arvidsson. Ex-Pred King, of course. In over the lines, Miller in the slot. Oh, what a play to Nelson. He was going back door. Maybe more of a shot option when you've got, well, now 11 again forwards. You think sometimes the simple play, right?
Correct. Simple play, quick changes. All the cliches are in play for sure at Team USA's bench.
Puck comes back to Werenski at the right point. Lets a shot go. Erson swallows that one and hangs on. I think that'll be the 11th shot. If you would have told me, how about 10 for 11 for the Flyer goalie? Sign me up.
Sign me up the entire night, and he did a good job there. Trocheck went through his crease a little bit. He had to fight through the traffic out in front, and smothers and hangs on here.
Wes McCauley and Gord Dwyer are the referees tonight. Game 6 of 7. Our second doubleheader Razor. Ernie Banks, let's play 2. Werenski keeps it in at the right point. What a story he's been in Columbus this year. Ottawa and Detroit sit right now as wild cards 1 and 2 in the East. Just as a reminder, as Joel Eriksson-Ek looks for Lucas Raymond, who's been quiet tonight. Back to Raymond with a shot, and he fires it wide. Centering attempt picked off by Werenski, and he'll bring it out with 3:35 to go. Period number 1. Game tied 1-1. Kreider first shift. Then the Swedes have settled things down. I see a lot of veteran plays out there.
They have, and when you're led by Victor Hedman on the back end, it's just so easy to follow his lead. He's so good. He eats up so many minutes. He's up to 6 minutes on the night already. It's just such a leader back there.
Carlson in after it. Centers it to Nylander. He loses it, but it's kept in by Gustav Forsling at the left point. Back behind the net for Bratt. He gets tangled up with his man. Nylander comes away with it to Ekholm. Waiting, has Ottinger down and out, centers it to Nylander on the backhand. It hits something in front. What a play by Eichel to negate a scoring chance. There's 200-foot hockey right there.
What patience by Matthias Ekholm as he gets picked off by Jack Eichel.
Eichel with it now, leaves it for Brock Faber. He falls in the corner. That's where Hedman fell. We've had 2 blown tires. Call Goodyear. We need some help. Hannafin behind the net for Brock Nelson. He's got Boldy and Larkin in front. Comes to Boldy in the right wing corner. Cycles it to Larkin. Ships it behind the net looking for Nelson. He's in a battle. Still battling. Larkin comes and helps him. Larkin, right wing circle. Back to Werenski. Rink wide there for Noah Hannafin. His shot is weak and picked off by Forsling. As we approach the 18-minute mark, Razor, pretty good game.
It has been a good game. Sweden's got some good pushback. They had a couple great opportunities there on Jake Andrew to make a save.
Here's Forsling to Rasmus Andersson with a slapper that goes wide to the far side. Ricochets back to center ice. The flip to Forsberg. He gets it in to Lindholm, too far. Werenski taps it to Sanderson, to Hughes, back to Werenski looking for Gensel, went off his right skate. Here's Werenski at the right point. Rink wide for Sanderson with a shot. He had Miller, Ersson did, at the top of his crease. Jack Hughes up top, waiting, centering, and Ersson's there. Covers up with 1:21 to go. The kid is doing all right as we get some pushing and shoving. A union meeting here saying, I hope we make a lot of money at this tournament.
See all those jerseys up there, guys? Look at this. We're doing great. JT Miller, you said, was at the top of his crease. He didn't leave the top of the crease of Samuel Ersson for about 35 seconds on that shift, just following, and then created the scrum after the whistle, as we've seen JT do over the years in the numerous jerseys that he's played, and now the New York Rangers. Really good job by Ersson, looking through it, looking around it, finding the puck, smothering, and he's up to 12 shots against on the night.
Well, if anybody was wondering or worried about the Swedish, as Ozzy says, give a rip meter, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And like you said, guys like Hedman and Philip Forsberg making sure as Nylander chops it into the zone right on Ottinger, and he's taking no chances, and he'll hang on with $1:14 to go. Face off to his left.
No, and there's always circumstances on the outside, and we see it in the National Hockey League all the time. Later in the season, when teams are out of the playoffs and they're losing, there's roster change, there's lineup moves, and there's guys that maybe could play but don't play, and we're looking at that from both of these teams with the sickness and the injuries that are 80%. But when you get out on the ice and when the puck gets dropped, you're going to go and you're going to compete and you want to win.
Face-off won by JT Miller. The high flip there by Jacob Slavin on the stick of Victor Hedman. Hedman to Carlson. Trocheck gets in the way, steals it, and then Nylander steals it back, brings it in. Down the left wing, stops in the circle. In the slot, scores! Jesper Bratt from William Nylander. What a shot. 2-1 Sweden.
And it's another turnover pool, Steve. It's happened twice in this game now from Team USA's point of view. This time a turnover in the neutral zone. And this is the big difference, best on best, right? How quickly you go the other way on these turnovers. We've seen it over the last 6 days. It's an incredible job by Nylander picking up the puck, pulling up at the hash marks. Faber can't close out, and Bratt just finds the soft area. JT Miller comes across and tries to close on Nylander, which opens up Bratt, and he absolutely rips it up and over the left shoulder of Jake Ottinger, far side. 2-1 Sweden in the last minute of play.
Devils winger was a 6th-round pick in 2016. Seasons of 73, 73, and 83 points. Playing against, of course, his buddy Jack Hughes in this hockey game. Here's Carlson, kind of fumbles it, has to play it back to Gustav Forsling. Gets it up to Adrian Kempe. Kings winger gets it in. 30 seconds to go. 2-1 Sweden after the quick goal by Chris Kreider. I thought the U.S. was going to blow the Swedes out of the building.
So did the other 18,000 people in this building at that point, but give a lot of credit to Sam Ersson, who made some big saves after that and allowed his team into it, and then the rest of Team Sweden for getting themselves into this game.
Lucas Raymond at center just plays it off the boards to Fox, and I think he's just going to kill the clock here with the Swedes taking a lead. 11-8 shots on goal after the first goal on Samuel Ersson. He settled in nicely.
He absolutely did, and big saves, dealing with traffic in front. He's got to feel great about his first period. Team Sweden has to feel great about the way they fought back and pushed back. And on the other side, Team USA dealing with the Brady Tkachuk scare, dealing with a few turnovers. Again, those are the little things that you want to clean up. You don't want to be giving free chances to Sweden. If you lose, you lose, but you want to be getting those pucks in deep. You want to be playing more of a simple game from my point of view.
So hopefully everything is okay with Brady Tkachuk. When he left, we were worried. We're going to monitor that situation. Any chance in your mind they might say, you know what, we're going to get through with 10 forwards and not take any chances for Thursday?
I think that would be the last resort if they were going to do it that way. It would have to be an opportunity to make the injury worse, to the point where he couldn't play on Thursday. I would want him in the lineup. I would want him eating a few minutes for everybody over the next 40 minutes.
Joining us now, Wild forward, has had a great tournament so far, Matt Boldy. Matt, you can't ask for a better start. Chris Kreider on the rebound makes it 1-0, and the building was alive.
This is no hand. Sorry, guys.
Oh, they told me Matt Boldy. So anyway, Noah, same question for you. I know you're a wannabe actor anyway. You can handle any of this stuff. What a start for Chris Kreider into the tournament.
Yeah, no, he was not period. You know, he veteran guy goes to real strong and powerful, and it was a big goal for us early in the period. We kind of let it slide a little bit there towards the end, but just got to regroup here and get back to it.
No, what's the focus going into this period? He gave up that late goal. Otherwise, pretty good period. Sam Ersson did a good job down at the other end. What's the focus here in the second?
Yeah, I think we have to get back to our game. Possessing the puck, playing good solid D, and they're a really skilled team over there. You can't give them too much time and space, or else they're going to make plays. So just got to regroup, maybe go over a few things, and back out there.
Noah, thanks for this continued success, and we'll talk to you again soon. Noah Hannafin of the United States, 2-1 Sweden after 20 minutes of play. Scott Laughlin, first intermission report, is next.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I have a new podcast called Casuals. It's a podcast for people who like sports a normal amount. Casuals is a twice-a-week hang with me and my friends from across comedy, sports, and entertainment, where we talk about all the funny, weird, interesting stuff happening in and around the world of sports. So whether you're a diehard fan or just vaguely sports curious, Casuals is the podcast for you. You can find Casuals on the SiriusXM app, Pandora, or wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Give it a try. What's the worst that could happen?
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
I'm going to start my campaign for Zach Werenski for the Norris Trophy. I think it's time. He currently has the most goals by defenseman. This is not the 84 Oilers he plays for. This is the 25 Blue Jackets. And this may be the most important part. He's got his team in the playoffs.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Ohio Stadium, where the Wolverine and Buckeye States meet to throw fuel on a century-old rivalry. But this time, it's different. This time, the roles of red and blue are reversed. This time, it's hockey at the shoe.
Larkin with speed.
The Blue Jackets and Red Wings take it outside with the Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Buy tickets now.
What if you could unlock over $1 million in personal and business credit? That's exactly what Ray Reynolds can do for you. I'm talking about protecting your family and building your business with $100,000 in personal or business cash credit. And Ray can help you rebuild your credit score to 750. Ray Reynolds isn't just any expert. He helped the security chief of TRW that became Experian, one of the most trusted credit bureaus. If you're looking to get your finances on track, Ray is the man you should call for a 750 credit score. Call Ray at 800-763-3716. 800-763-3716. Join his live webinars and attend his weekly workshops to learn the insider strategies for hitting your personal and business goals. Ready for a 750 credit score and your first $100,000 in credit? Call Ray Reynolds now at 800-763-3716. That's 800-763-3716.
Too many patients, unfortunately, have lost their lives by not having access to targeted cancer treatment. Most patients do not know all of their options. Invita's precision immunotherapy, genomics, and non-invasive surgery are working to protect and extend lives. I'm Dr. Dino Prado, and I personally welcome you to utilize our Precision Second Opinion and discover if Invita is right for you. Visit us at invita.com, ENVITA.com.
You're listening to the Four Nations Face-Off Intermission Report here on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Scott Laughlin joining you live here from TD Garden in Boston. The Four Nations Face-Off round-robin portion wrapping up tonight. And after 20 minutes of play, it's Team Sweden 2 and Team USA 1. And of concern for Team USA, the injury bug has hit again. More on that coming up in mere moments here as Brady Tkachuk is banged up just like brother Matthew is banged up, just like Austin Matthews is banged up, just as it looked like Vinny Trocheck left the game early at the end of the period as well. We'll keep tabs on that here as we get set for period number 2. I've been impressed by the way the Swedes have played. Again, they really don't have anything but pride to play for on a night like this. Team USA, again, not the end of the world if you lose, but it is of more concern, certainly, if you lose players in advance of the much-anticipated rematch with Team Canada coming up on Thursday night. So in the first period, a good start for Team USA, as it turns out. A good start. We know that Chris Kreider was inserted into the lineup in place of the injured Matthew Tkachuk. And it was Chris Kreider making his mark on this hockey game in the opening seconds of the contest. Let's turn it back over to Steve Koulias and Andrew Raycroft on the call.
Ottinger makes the save on Forsling. Eichel knocks it out. Here comes Zach Werenski. Right in on goal. Shot, save, rebound, they score! Guess who? Welcome to the tournament, Chris Kreider.
Yeah, this guy's scored a few big shorthanded goals during his career. This one not shorthanded, but this one just 35 seconds in, and Chris Kreider inserted into the lineup gets his goal from Zach Werenski. And for Werenski, he gets his 5th helper. Jack Eichel, his 4th assist of the tournament so far. And just 35 seconds in, what a start for Team USA. Now, moments after that, we should say that Dylan Larkin came in, and the Game 2 hero hit the goalpost against young Sam Ersson. Now keep in mind, Ersson is starting because of the fact that Linus Ullmark is ill. Philip Gustafsson is healthy enough to back up, but he left the last game against Finland after what they say was an illness. So Ersson, as a young goaltender, up against it. Under siege early on. Gives up the goal to Chris Kreider, and then moments later gets beaten, but is bailed out by his goalpost. It remained a 1-0 hockey game in favor of Team USA. It stayed 1-0 for the American squad.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Oh, man, that was from earlier today. That's better. What's up, insiders? How we doing this evening? Thank you all for hanging out with us so much during this one. United States against Sweden. This game is pointless. Sweden up 2-1 after the first period. All right, I have just started the stream on my soccer channel. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Please come over and say, hey, I'm just going to be chilling over there and hanging out, playing some video games with my partner, True Killer, on Discord and Twitter. I'm going to play some Rivals. Come watch an old man dad of 4 play a professional EAFC player live. Testing out some new things over there as well. Back to the intermission. USA, will they come back in this one? Or will they just practice up for Thursday night against, you know it, Canada? We're coming for you, USA. Go, Canada, go! Maybe see you over in the soccer stream. Cheers, everybody. Margaritas tonight. Margaritas, oh yeah. Come hang out on the soccer channel.
In the first place, time of the goal was 13 minutes and 39 seconds. It was 1-1, and we started over. And it stayed that way until the final minute of the opening stanza.
Nylander steals it back, brings it in. Down the left wing, stops in the circle. In the slot, scores! Jesper Bratt from William Nylander. What a shot! 2-1 Sweden.
Yeah, so Jesper Bratt gets his first as well. Nylander gets his second helper of the tournament. And Sweden had seized a 2-1 advantage. That goal comes at 19:04 of the opening period. And that would be it as far as the scoring was concerned in period number 1. 13-8 shots on goal in favor of Team USA. 13-8 shots on goal in favor of the American side. They won over 68% of the draws, but they find themselves down by 1 goal after 20 minutes of play. Each side serving 2 minutes. Each side failing on the power play as it turned out. But the Swedes have themselves a 2-1 lead. Now, the big concern has to be for Team USA about Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk left the game. He, early in the first period, drove the net, was taken down, collided with the goalpost awkwardly. Got up, holding his side, whether it was his hip or his ribs or what have you. Brady Tkachuk went off the ice, would soon go down the corridor towards the dressing room to get examined. To his credit, a number of minutes later, he returned to the bench. Then he took 1 14-second shift right after that. 14 seconds, and then that was it. And then he played the role that his brother Matthew had in the last 13 minutes of the victory over Canada going back to Saturday night. He sat at the end of the bench, he opened and closed the gate, and then that was it for Brady Tkachuk. So it'll be interesting to see if he returns for Team USA in period number 2. Maybe he wants to be on the bench in support of his teammates. Maybe he takes the rest of the night off and works towards Thursday, like his brother, trying to get closer to 100% full health. And again, that's the question for Team USA. Matthews not playing tonight. Austin Matthews is not playing tonight. Now Brady Tkachuk is banged up, and who's going to be healthy enough to go in the return engagement against Team Canada coming up on Thursday? So the game is one thing. Health or lack thereof for Team USA is an entirely different discussion. Again, shots on goal in favor of the U.S., but they're down 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. The crowd very much behind USA. Early on in the first period, actually heard chants just beneath us in the stands of "We want Canada, we want Canada." Well, they're going to get Canada on Thursday night, but first they've got a second period, a third period, and who knows, maybe some bonus hockey, some extra hockey to play tonight against the Swedes. And Sweden's playing for pride right now. They're playing for the 3 crowns on the front of their sweater. Talking to Philip Forsberg before the game, he talked about the pride of putting on your sweater and trying to live up to those standards established over the decades by Swedish hockey. So it's 2-1 Team Sweden after 20 minutes of play. Coming up after a short break, we'll turn it back over to Steve Kouleas and Razor Andrew Raycroft for the call of the second period of Team Sweden and Team USA here from TD Garden in Boston. You've been listening to the Four Nations Face-Off Intermission Report here on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Clear the distractions and reclaim your focus with Classical Studyscape, a channel filled with calm and soothing symphonic sounds to help you concentrate and stay on track. Classical Studyscape, one of over 200 extra channels, available anytime, at home with Sirius XM on your phone, computer, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Playing in the Four Nations Face-Off for Team USA, Connor Hellebuck.
How do you feel about getting a chance to play for USA?
The type of hockey it's going to be fun. There's going to be some high-pressure games. You're going to be putting your country's jersey on. You're representing your country. I think we're going to have a great fan base around us, and I'm really looking forward to what it brings.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Trump trades, rate cut trades, AI trades. All these trendy trades are hot, but they don't compare to the trades that stock market gurus John and Pete Najarian find every week with their unique option strategies. Winning strategies they put into their newest book, It's Not an Option. And today, this exciting book can be yours for free.
I'm John Najarian. Don't buy another stock before reading our newest book.
And I'm Pete Najarian. When you see the returns you could be making on options versus stocks, you'll realize that in today's market, buying and holding stocks alone,
it's not an option. After years on TV as the go-to options experts, we wrote our new book with simple, beginner-friendly option strategies that could take your investing returns to a whole new level.
And today we'll give you a copy for free.
To see real stock versus option trade examples and get your free copy of John and Pete's new book, It's Not an Option, text NEWS to 80555 and just cover shipping. Text the word NEWS to 80555. Text NEWS to 80555.
Message and data rates may apply.
Attention investors. The RV and camping industry has exploded in the last several years. Close to 60 million people will take an RV trip this year. The demand for quality destinations to park these RVs can't keep up. Right now, if you are an accredited investor, you can participate in ownership of an RV park resort, earn potential double-digit returns paid quarterly, and also profit in the appreciation of the land and business. This is a real estate investor's dream with a proven track record. And great news, participation in these RV parks are approved for IRAs, self-directed IRAs, and 401k plans. To learn more, please visit resortpropertiesgroup.com, resortpropertiesgroup.com. That's resortpropertiesgroup.com. Or call 888-307-1685. That's 888-307-1685. Again, visit resortpropertiesgroup.com. That's resortpropertiesgroup.com. Individual results may vary. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
Welcome back to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's coverage of Four Nations Face-Off, Sweden versus USA. Now, time for second period action from TD Garden in Boston.
Welcome back to Boston. I'm Steve Kouleas along with Andrew Raycroft and the rest of our SiriusXM crew. 2-1 Sweden, but that's not the story. Brady Tkachuk crashed into the post, maybe got a skate from Samuel Ersson. We're watching him. Vinny Trocheck as well. Already no Matthew, no Austin Matthews, and no Charlie McAvoy. What do you make of all this, Razor?
Well, it's catching up fast, and this is what happens when you have a few guys out of the lineup, a few more come out of the lineup quickly. It seems to snowball, and again, we're dealing with a situation tonight where the USA doesn't need to win this game, and they're managing for the game on Thursday night, so you're not quite sure how serious these injuries are of the two guys that have come off the lineup, gone down the tunnel. Is it for maintenance? Is it precautionary? Or is it something that could affect them over the next week or two?
Lindholm against Eichel on the draw. What about ice time as you start counting the players on the USA bench? It just looks thin where we are. We're going to get a lot of guys in the, well, put it this way. How much did, say, Sam Reinhart play for Team Canada?
That's right. Sam Reinhart was the leading forward for Team Canada earlier today. He got to 16:37. Right now, Jake Gensel's leading Team USA at over 8 minutes through one period. So the minutes are going to look a lot different. Again, 2 days rest, so it's not the end of the world, but it is an advantage if you're in the Canadian dressing room right now to see Team USA players playing more.
Jack Hughes in on the forecheck. Puck comes to the near side. Slavin keeps it in with the help of Gensel. Back behind the net for Kyle Connor. Miller with a big check in the far corner on Gustav Forsling. Miller with a lot of energy here to start the period. Remember, 35 seconds in, Chris Kreider scored to make it a 1-0 game. And at that point, we thought the USA might blow Sweden out of the building. But Nyquist with a deflection, his first of the tournament, and Jesper Bratt with a beauty from William Nylander. Here's Miller centering for Hughes. He's checked by Leo Carlson, who's looked pretty good, the Ducks centerman. Little give and go, Miller and Fox. Ranger teammates now. Puck comes to Lucas Raymond, and he just dumps it out.
Good pressure there from Team USA, tilting the ice early in the second period. They get a quick change and take advantage of the long one to get back into the Sweden zone now.
Here's Dylan Larkin behind the net for Jack Hughes. To the point. Looking for Brock Nelson off the bench too far. Hughes will track it down himself. Tries to clear it. Hit Nylander. And it ended up on the stick of Nelson anyway. To Werenski. Tried to split the D right in on goal. But there's Joel Eriksson Ek with Hedman to negate the play. We're approaching the 2-minute mark of period number 2. 2-1 Sweden. Puck comes back to the point for Werenski. Went off his right skate. He goes in after it. Joel Eriksson Ek tries to chop it out. He can't. Werenski back to Larkin. Has a man in front. Larkin looking for Nelson. Right through him. Sanderson in front looking for Nelson. He couldn't handle the pass. Here's Larkin up top. Over to Sanderson. The Sens defenseman lets it go. It goes wide, ricochets around the boards, and comes back down in the U.S. zone.
A nice clear by Jake Sanderson for Team Sweden as they were hemmed into the zone on a long shift. Able to clear it out there by Sanderson's miss.
No icing as Chris Kreider, the goal scorer, goes in after it in the far corner. Gets it to Dylan Larkin. Back to the point to Slavin with a shot. Ersson catches that one while we were away as we get some more pushing and shoving in the intermission. They added 2 more shots. So I think that's 14, which means 13 out of 14 for Ersson. As we get some shenanigans here, nothing will come of it at the end of that play.
And just more importantly for Ersson, it's 12 in a row. After the shot rebound, the second shot of the day by Kreider going in, he's 12 for 12 here. More numbers for you is the 16 players that are on the bench and on the ice for Team USA. Down 2, they have not come out of the dressing room, and to play with 16 guys for 40 minutes is a big ask.
So no Trocheck, no
Tkachuk.
Yes.
Both Tkachuks at this point now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brady has not come out of the tunnel, and neither did Trocheck for the second period.
Good eyes by you, my friend. So that is a huge storyline for obvious reasons. Oh, no, Trocheck came back.
There,
He came back. There he goes, because when you said 16, it should have been 15. So there you go. Razors recounting.
So my junior math let me down again. Cool, Steve.
Yeah, well, that is Trocheck's first shift. So he did come out there 3 minutes into the period as that shot from Forsberg at the left point is blocked. Comes to Kreider. He resets. Gets it back to Jacob Slavin. Tries to find Kreider. Ends up on the stick of Eichel, who shoots it in. Kreider, Trocheck, and Eichel head to the bench. 2-1 for the Swedes as Carlson has it now at center. He dumps it in. Victor Arvidsson going in after it. Getting help from Nyquist. He wins the battle. To Carlson pinching in on the right point. Behind the net to Nyquist. Back to Carlson, who's in the near corner. Joel Eriksson Ek juggles it, keeps it in. A breakaway for Hughes if they get it. And it just rolls off his stick. Hughes had Gensel with them.
Would have been a 2-on-0.
Here comes Arvidsson the other way. 3 Swedes are in. Arvidsson has Carlson. Can't get it to the net, but he draws a penalty. There'll be a penalty coming up unless the Swedes can put this one in the net. The puck ricochets out of play. 4 minutes in, Swedes get their second power play of the game.
At one end, Jack Hughes almost has a 2-on-0 with Gensel, unable to connect. Puck jumps over the stick. Harrison rims it around, and then they go right up to Arvidsson, who does a really nice job using his body, and then the stick gets underneath of Noah Hannafin's stick, gets underneath Arvidsson's arm. Sweden has an opportunity to extend the lead on the power play.
4 minutes exactly have been played here in the period. Elias Pettersson, Adrian Kempe, Forsberg, Victor Hedman, and 2 defensemen. That's Rasmus Dahlin at the left point. He's got it now. Up top for Hedman. Near side for Pettersson in the right wing circle. Back to Hedman, back to Pettersson. Fans on the return, being checked there by Faber. Leaves it for Hedman. Hedman coming in down the right wing circle. Stops up, goes back to his position. Gets it into Forsberg. Forsberg to Pettersson. He just gave it away to Brock Nelson. Says thank you very much. Shoots it down the ice. Hedman in his own zone. Banks it back for Elias Pettersson. Rink wide for Rasmus Dahlin. It goes off his skates, sent back down the ice, and the Swedes will have to try it again.
Yeah, unable to connect the passes in the neutral zone. It's death at this level. You need to be able to connect and get into the zone clean.
Jake Sanderson picks off that long feed from Rasmus Dahlin. Sends it in. Trocheck is in there on the forecheck, which is good news. It's second shift here in the period. At center, Rasmus Dahlin over to Kempe. Adrian Kempe, left wing circle. Gets it back to Carlson. He was looking for the stick of Dahlin. It comes to Slavin, and he gets it out and down the ice as 35 seconds left in the minor penalty.
And Dahlin goes down in this right corner to the left of Jake Onger, and that's like you've mentioned it a couple times. It's about the 5th player that's gone down. Second game, ice is a factor in the second half of this game.
Here's Jesper Bratt. Gets it to Carlson, to Nylander, right wing circle. Nylander back to Carlson. That hopped over his stick and goes back and down the ice. And this should be it for the second power play. Are there issues there during the Bruin games?
Well, during the Bruins games, there was only one game a day. To have these guys, NHLers, playing on this ice surface twice in one day is certainly much more than the building's used to, the ice is used to, and it has to become a factor. A lot of people in and out of the building throughout the day. We've seen pucks bobble, we've seen guy goes down. It'll be interesting to see how that continues in the second half of this game.
13:40 to go here, period number 2, 2-1 for the Swedes as Eichel has the puck at center. In over the line. Nice play by Brodin to knock it off his stick. Ends up on the stick of Matthias Ekholm. The Oilers' stalwart defenseman gets it up to Victor Arvidsson, who's an Oiler this year. Stolen by Joel Eriksson Ek. Gets it in front of the net. Arvidsson back again in the right wing circle. He centers it. Ottinger gets a blocker on that one. I don't know if he even saw it, Razor.
I don't think he did. Got just a piece of it.
Nyquist back to Joel Eriksson Ek. There's a shot. Arvidsson taken down in front. Ottinger covers up as the Swedes with 2 pretty good shifts at the end of their power play. 2-1 Sweden, 13:02 to go. We're back live in Boston. Four Nations Faceoff right after this.
You're driving. They're honking. You're driving. They're screaming. You're driving. Change your mood. With SiriusXM Comedy, they're honking. You're laughing. From the newest Netflix specials to the kings of Southern comedy, Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy. From uncensored Kevin Hart to clean comedy to quiet them kids. SiriusXM Comedy has it all. From channel 93 to 99 on your SiriusXM radio. Four Nations Face-Off is here. Canada, USA, Sweden, and Finland face off for hockey supremacy.
Pass across. Allmark with a fabulous save.
Hear all the action on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Live from Montreal and Boston. Four Nations Face-Off. Visit SiriusXM.ca/4Nations for schedules.
Honey, I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, it's awful, hon.
You know, my brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos.
I know it's been on our list, but isn't getting life insurance a huge pain? Oh, it's so much paperwork, and you have to go see the doctor. I wouldn't even know where to start.
With Ethos, Dave said it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. Plus, it's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house. He was able to choose an amount that worked for his needs, and Ethos made the whole thing so easy and clear.
10 minutes with no medical exam? Ethos, here we come.
Here's to sleeping better at night.
Help protect your loved ones today with Ethos. Life insurance made easy. Visit applyethos.com to apply today. That's applyethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Before, during, after.
Backhand scores! What a play by Jack Hughes!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to Boston. Four Nations face-off, 2-1 Sweden. But the U.S. has a bigger concern. Brady Tkachuk will not return tonight.
Yes, so that becomes a story now. Both Tkachuks out of the lineup here in Boston. For the next 2 days, we will be talking and discussing about who's back in the lineup. And in the meantime, 10 forwards for Team USA in the second half of this game.
Yep, no Austin Matthews either. As the face-off comes to center ice, corralled by JT Miller, and he brings it back off the boards. Hit the linesman, and back comes Jesper Bratt. He gets hit there by Noah Hannafin near side. Gets it back again to the right point to Erik Karlsson. Karlsson walks the line, looking for a stick. Couldn't find Leo Carlson. Tries it again, throws it towards the net. Whistled high and wide to the far side. Jack Hughes gives it away. Hedman up top. There's a shot. I think that hit Leo Carlson in front of the net. Swedes are playing a very good period. And after the first goal by Chris Kreider, have had the majority of the play. There's a good chance for Jack Hughes. Right pad save by Samuel Ersson. Shot from the point, tipped wide by Jake Gensel. As Sanderson let it go. Hughes to Sanderson, and I think he hit the crossbar. Wow, Razor.
What a rocket by Sanderson. A great look. Victor Hedman had broken his stick in the corner. Puck comes out, and Sanderson rips it off the bar.
Here comes Werenski. Solo rush, gets it behind the net. Hughes still on the ice. Back to the point to Werenski. Got a man in front looking for Larkin. Just missed. Hughes has given some energy here to the building and this shift. He goes to the bench now with 11:35 to play. Boldy in front of the net, gets a stick on it, but it was blocked in front. Might have hit Kempe. Rasmus Dahlin with it now. Can't get it out. Boldy without a stick. No penalty. He wanted one. And back come the Swedes. 3-on-2. Dahlin to Kempe. Throws it to an open wing. Nelson has it. Gets it back to Boldy. At center. Chipped in by Boldy, and he gives chase. 11:05 to go here, second period. 2-1 Sweden. Stealing the puck is Boldy. In front of the net for Brock Nelson. He is denied and then pushes Ersson. And what do you make of that, Watson?
What I make is that's goalie interference or roughing or something, and certainly Dahlin took exception to it. Ersson looked at the refs. It was an obvious and blatant push after Sam Ersson robbed Brock Nelson in the slot.
Do you think because of the Boldy?
I think it might have been an offset for sure, because there could have been a holding on the stick on Boldy 30 seconds earlier.
Puck is in the U.S. zone, far corner. Faber and Slavin chip it to Eichel near corner, but in comes Jonas Brodin. He loses it to Kreider, who gets it up to Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor goes through Forsling. Backhand is wide. Jack Hughes really gave this building life with that last shift, but the Swedes dodge another bullet. Here comes Lindholm at center with a wrist shot. Ottinger steers it aside. Back to Hedman at the point, lets it go. Through a screen in front, steered aside. Under 10 to go in the second period. Hedman, no play, sends it into the right wing corner. Forsberg is there. Pokes it forward, but Faber has it to his partner. Noah Hannafin, they can't get it out. He'll try again. Far side for Kyle Connor. He tries to chip it out, can't get it by the big shin pads of Matthias Ekholm. 9:30 to go now. Ekholm pinching in again to Pettersson. His shot blocked by Jack Eichel. Goes behind the net to Forsberg. Swedes are all over it here. And now a penalty is coming up in front of the net. I think it's a slashing call. Is it Forsberg?
It's Forsberg going to the box. He can't believe it. He's got a huge sarcastic smile on his face.
2-1 for Sweden. USA on the power play. You're listening to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
This is former MLB General Manager Steve Phillips with an important message for fantasy baseball players. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm joined by former Major League pitcher Jensen Lewis, and we'll talk fantasy baseball to help you draft a winning lineup.
You can't go wrong with the number one pick in this year's draft, but I love Bobby Witt Jr. over Shohei Ohtani.
We bring you our big league experiences to provide you with the fantasy baseball advice you crave. It's the Fantasy Dugout tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Anaheim Ducks, John Gibson. If a contender said we want John Gibson, is that something you'd entertain?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I kind of let my agent do all that, and I just worry about playing. That's where, I mean, I'm sure you guys know I've been in the rumors for probably 3 or 4 years now, so it gets old, it gets tiring, so I just worry about playing hockey and enjoying it, because that's what it's all about.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Time for new tires? Tire Rack has the top tires from world-class brands that will elevate your drive. Touring tires for commuter comfort. Performance tires for sporty handling. All-terrain tires for on- and off-road adventure. Dedicated winter tires for traction on snow and ice. Go to TireRack.com to get started. Not sure where to begin? Use their easy-to-use shopping tools to get a personalized tire recommendation. The right tires for how, what, and where you drive. Shipped fast and free to a recommended installer near you. Or choose the convenience of mobile tire installation. They'll bring your new tires to your home or office and install them on site. It doesn't get much easier than that. Go to TireRack.com to see their independent test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews. And be sure to check out all the current special offers. Great tires and a great deal. What more could you ask for? That's TireRack.com. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Here comes Russ. The biggest names in the game.
Back in front, they score! Crosby puts it home.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Philip Forsberg in the box for slashing. 9:18 to go in the second. USA on the power play. The big story, no Brady Tkachuk. Left the game, did not return.
That is the story thus far, other than Sweden battling back after giving up a goal in the middle. Big kill here for them.
Faceoff controlled by Jack Hughes. Back to the point to Werenski. Far side for Eichel, who's in the right wing circle. Plays it behind the net for Hughes. Near hash marks. Gets it to Gensel, over to Chris Kreider. He'll be in front of the net. Has the USA goal, 1-0. His first shift, his first shot of the tournament. Eichel, back to Werenski at the right point. Back to Eichel, looking for a stick. And it missed everybody and comes all the way back down the ice.
Hard to imagine that hits nothing with 4 or 5 bodies right in front of Sam Harrison. Eichel rips it from the half wall through and goes all the way around. Good clear for Sweden.
Werenski and Gensel bring it back in on the zone entry. Gensel slaps it around the boards. Eichel's waiting for it. Hughes is up top. Werenski switches sides. Eichel in the far corner. Waiting to Hughes at the right point. Walks the line. Into Eichel. Lets a shot go at the goal post. Jack Eichel hits a post. Bounces to Jack Hughes. 50 seconds to go in the minor. Werenski's shot. Kreider on the doorstep, can't put it in. Samuel Ersson is the other story, other than the U.S. injuries and Brady Tkachuk leaving the game. Here's Eichel to Zach Werenski. Back to Eichel in the right wing circle. 35 in the minor penalty. Eichel walks the line, loses it, but Hughes is there to corral it at the left point. Rink wide for Werenski. He gets it in to Kreider at the side of the net. Back to Hughes. Eichel one-timer, and Ersson read it.
He read it perfectly, and a really good job by the Swedish defenders. You see them, all their hands on their knees, killed that 141 off in their own zone. They kept the U.S. to the outside. The post helped them out, but on that last play to give up a one-timer from at the top of the circles as a goaltender, that's the one you're willing to give up late in a power play like that.
7:36 in the period, as you mentioned, 19 in the penalty. Shots on goal are 19-13 USA. Faceoff is won by Lindholm to Ekholm to Nyquist, and out and down the ice to center because Fox gloved it down. Now at center, makes a nice little feed to JT Miller. Rink wide to Boldy at the left point with a shot. Steered aside by Ersson. Ekholm has time and space to get it out. The penalty to Forsberg is over. And back comes Nyquist. He's got a goal in the hockey game. Working on him is Jake Sanderson, who's looked pretty good in his first game of the tournament. Nyquist loses it, and it ends up on the stick of Dylan Larkin. 7 minutes to go here, period number 2. 2-1 for the Swedes. That puck is chipped in from center. No icing as Rasmus Andersson brings it back the other way. Flames defenseman almost hit Jacob Slavin in the mouth. Could you imagine that?
That's all anyone needs out there right now. That was close.
Lucas Raymond with a shot, steered aside by Ottinger. Cleared to the line, not out, kept in by Rasmus Dahlin. His shot goes wide, pinching in from the left point is Carlson to Raymond, to Dahlin with a shot. Trocheck got a piece of that. Joel Eriksson Ek off the bench to Rasmus Dahlin. His shot is stopped. Rebound in front, Leo Carlson can't put it in. Cleared but not out. Carlson, or make that Raymond, backhands it into the corner. Slavin mercifully just lofts it down the ice.
He does, but can't get off the ice. Sweden's had a full change, and they have an opportunity now to go back into the zone.
Faber gives it away to Nylander. Gives it away again. William Nylander has been quiet tonight, other than his assist. That was a good play, but haven't mentioned his name, especially in the second period. Nylander behind the net. Back to the point to Carlson with a shot. Ottinger gloves it and hangs on. 2-1 Sweden. 5:37 to go. You're listening to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
Feel that 3 a.m. euphoria any time of the day on BPM, a channel delivering non-stop dance and electronic hits. And live sets from the world's top DJs. The beat never stops on BPM Channel 52. And at home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
The Point with Boomer Gordon.
Nashville, they stink. Barry, you made threats earlier. You got to follow through now. It's selling season, and you got to put the for sale sign out there. I don't know who you can get rid of, and I don't know who you want out of there, but this is a disaster. At some point, you got to try and cut your losses and start somewhere close to fresh. Barry better run up a phone bill. That's all I'm saying.
Point with Boomer Gordon. 1 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Sometimes bad things happen to good cigars. Not at Famous Smoke Shop. Unlike the other guys, we take pride in how we store, pack, and ship our cigars. We've been family-owned since 1939, so we know what it takes to make a great smoke and a great experience. Visit FamousSmoke.com for thousands of premium cigar brands, fresh and ready to ship from our climate-controlled 20,000-square-foot humidor. Every order is backed by our Famous Freshness Guarantee. Check it out now at FamousSmoke.com and use promo code FREE20. That's FREE20, and we'll take $20 off your order of $99 or more. Our cigar experts make sure you get the best deals on the best cigars, so every smoke is your best smoke. If you want an okay cigar, you go to your neighborhood OK Cigar Shop. If you want the best cigar, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. That's FamousSmoke.com. Get real cigars from a real cigar shop and save $20 right now. Shipped fresh, direct to you. Go to FamousSmoke.com and use code FREE20.
Outlet pass for Panarin. Moving it on a breakaway.
Games
Panarin
in the world.
and scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to live action from TD Garden in Boston. Swedes lead the U.S. 2-1. If you're just joining us, Brady Tkachuk hurt in the first period. Tried it for one more shift, left, and will not return. We're down to 10 forwards for the U.S. No Austin Matthews either. They started with 11 as Brock Nelson brings the puck in. Looking for Matt Boldy, has it in the near corner. Erik Karlsson's there, comes to Trocheck, tries to center, goes off a skate. Trocheck trying to get the feed from Boldy. Instead, he gets it back to the point to Hanifin. At the left point, rink wide to Fox. Up to Boldy, 3-man high. Doesn't have a shooting lane, takes it behind the net. Backhands it out the other side. Fox pinching in, right point, right wing circle. Trocheck had a great chance, but I don't know if it hit a stick or he fanned on it.
I think Karlsson might have got his stick on it right at the last second. He was trailing a man-on-man, but might have poked right at the last second. Either way, really good job by Team USA moving it east-west and finding that middle seam.
William Nylander was on, and he's got an assist in the hockey game. Sometimes he leaves you wanting more. He had 98 points and 40 goals last year. He's right up there in terms of goals. I don't think he's going to win the Rocket, but sometimes he leaves you wanting more, eh, Razor?
He certainly does. He has all the talent in the world. When you see him get going and he gets his feet moving, he's an elite player.
Stoppage and a face-off in the U.S. zone as that shot from the right wing circle goes out of play. 4:27 to go. And I guess the key simply is this. Health, one. If you can give the crowd some more energy and something to cheer about, it's great. But I think the United States, with all that we've seen so far, cannot afford that puck in the face to Jacob Slavin that we talked about.
No, they can't. At the end of the day, that's what they're going to rather have. But guys like Kreider coming down the wing here are looking for goals too.
Kreider to Eichel. His pass is picked off by Forsberg, and he gets it out to center. That feed goes off a skate. Forsberg goes in after it in the far corner. Cleared to the line, not out. Forsling sends it behind the net. 4 minutes to go here, period number 2. I'm Steve Koulias with former NHLer Andrew Raycroft. Another giveaway in the neutral zone. The Swedes are really winning the battle between the blue lines. Lucas Raymond back to Rasmus Andersson. Rink wide for Ekholm, looking for a stick. Ottinger the save, rebound in front. Kempe's there, as is Lucas Raymond. Here's Ekholm. Left point, right side for Rasmus Andersson. They switch it up. Up top for Lucas Raymond. Year 4 in Detroit, first 2 not bad, last 2 he's been on fire. There's the high flip there by Kyle Connor. He gets it out and down the ice, no icing on the play.
The other thing for Team USA is to clean up these giveaways. I understand they're shorthanded. I understand there's been some injuries, but there's no question the coaching staff's going to be on their case about these kind of giveaways that they've turned over quite often right since they were up 1-0 early in the first.
Here's William Nylander in his own zone, rink wide for Adrian Kempe. Ekholm was going to be center dry, but he would have gone offside. As a good play by Leo Carlsson attacking the triangle, getting a good shot. 91's been noticeable. If I'm Pat Verbeek, I'm pretty happy right now.
Certainly great speed and great skill, and there's a nice headsy play there. Give and go with Dahlin into the corner. He's got all the tools in the toolbox.
Miller to Faber, looking for Gensel out of his reach, or he could have been sprung. But that's the kind of game it's been for the U.S. They're just, the execution isn't there, Razor.
They're off by 6 inches on every play, especially here in the second period. They've had 2 or 3 opportunities to break, get breakaways, 2-on-0s, and they've just missed those passes, or the passes have jumped over their stick.
Let's see if it changes here with Hanifin in over the line, curling in the right wing circle. Cycles it behind the net for Larkin, picked off by Karlsson. He feeds Forsling, and a beautifully executed breakout as Lindholm sends it to Karlsson, who's got a spring in his step, centers it for Lindholm. That failed to click. U.S. has numbers the other way with under 2 to go. Larkin to Nelson, rink wide, Boldy And there it is again.
2 inches. Boldy does not miss that one-timer from that right wing too often. It is a great shot. That would have been a great opportunity had he connected.
90 seconds to go here in period number 2. Nyquist gets it in. Shots are 20 to 9, or make that 18 in favor of the U.S. Here's Werenski with a shot from well out. Saved by Ersson. Skating it out is Forsberg. Plays it up to Joel Eriksson-Ek, and the net is off. And we get a stoppage here late in period number 2.
Steve, there's a lot of time. There's still 21 minutes left in this game, but can't help but wonder that what Team Sweden's thinking about on the bench. They're the what-if team of this tournament at this point. Having 2 overtime losses, if they find a way to get a win in one of those, have an opportunity to gain 3 points on Team USA right now, they're looking at a finals opportunity over 20 minutes. You have to be, as a Team Sweden fan, you're wondering, what if we could have only got one of those games in Canada, in Finland, to get through and push us through, we would have an opportunity to get into the final here.
That's a great talking point by you. If Zibanejad scores in overtime on Binnington, they had the lead against the Finns. If they score in overtime as well. So it's the what-if game here as we approach the 19-minute mark. Puck is chipped in by Forsberg behind the U.S. net. Ottinger plays it to Werenski. He loses it to Forsberg. Philip Forsberg back to the point to Rasmus Dahlin. There's a shot from the near side by Brodin, sticked aside by Ottinger. Shot down the ice. I think we're going to get an icing, and we do with 42 seconds to go. Face-off back in the USA zone.
Another nice job by Sweden. A good dumping, good pressure, good forecheck, and then they move it high, low to high, and then they move it east-west right away, and Brodin gets a quick shot off. We saw him score against Binnington over on that right side in the first game of this tournament. Really good shot by the lefty.
Leo Carlson on the ice for this draw against Trocheck. Vinny Trocheck, 60.6% wins the draw. Cleared. No icing here. Rasmus Dahlin says, I didn't touch it. And we play on. Victor Hedman starts it up. Leo Carlson down the left wing board, sends it behind the net. Trying to find Bratt. It didn't work, but it's kept in by Dahlin. He sends it behind the net. 20 seconds to go here in the period as the U.S. clear the zone. And the Sabre captain surveys the situation, gets it to William Nylander. Up to Carlson, back to Nylander. Trying to go rink wide to the pinching Victor Hedman. Time and score. There's the hockey sense that you're talking about.
Hockey sense, exactly.
There is the siren, and we're through 40 minutes of play with the score Sweden 2, USA 1. Scotty Laughlin standing by. The second intermission report is next.
Don't miss the biggest matches from the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Real Madrid hold a slight advantage as the tie shifts to the Spanish capital.
Real Madrid have done it! They've won it!
Can Man City pull off the upset and dethrone the defending champs?
Brings it to Haaland on the back post and a brilliant header!
Real Madrid versus Manchester City, Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 157 in the car and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
24/7 hockey talk.
Vegas Golden Knights General Manager Kelly McCrimmon. Alex Pietrangelo, his decision to have to step aside from the Four Nations face-off.
These are decisions that players have to make. This was 100% Alex's family, the decision that they made. And, he's going to continue to play, but there are some things that need to get taken care of that he'll do here as we go along.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Deborah's closet didn't feel like Deborah. It felt more like a Vanessa, or even a mom, until she worked with California Closets. Now her clothes are organized, sneaker collection and jewelry displayed. Now her closet screams Deborah. The hidden ironing board is a mom thing, but she is a mom, so. California Closets. We did it for Deborah, and we can do it for you because we know you differently. Schedule your free in-home consultation now at 800-CAL-CLOSETS or californiaclosets.ca.
Okay, business leaders, are you playing defense or are you on the offense? Are you just, excuse me, hey, I'm trying to talk business here. As I was saying, are you here just to play, or are you playing to win? If you're in it to win, meet your next MVP, NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is your full business management system in one suite. With NetSuite, you're running your accounting, your financials, HR, e-commerce, and more, all from your online dashboard. One source of truth means every department's working from the same numbers with no data delays. And with AI embedded throughout, you're automating manual tasks, plus getting fast insights for your next move. Whether you're competing on your home turf or looking to conquer international markets.
Hey, what's up, Insiders? 2-1 Sweden. End of the second period. Nothing happened in that one. Ooh, this webcam is horrible on this laptop. Yikes. Can't wait to get that corner camera figured out a little bit better. Just got the new camera hooked up in the studio. Just taking a break on the soccer stream. Brandy Gale, big shout out, Brandy. Cheers. Thank you for donating to Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central's first SickKids Hospital campaign. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those 2 TFC tickets are yours. And I love it. That chat that we had over there, amazing. Thank you. All right. So there you got more people here in the chat. There's Miss V as well. Cheers, Miss V. I think TSI Allison was in here looking for me. And then everybody must have told her that I was on the soccer channel. And then she's like, wait. When you have to ask the Leafs fans where your husband is. Oh, boy. She's almost home, like 30 minutes away. We're going to finish this live up down here with SOP. We're going to have a big third period. Enjoying this one. And let's take it back to the intermission there. Love it. Go, Canada, go. I can't wait for Thursday night. Who's going to be here on Thursday? There's Kevin Oakes with the pink waves that's starting to wave there. All right. If you're going to be right here on Toronto Sports Insider, hanging out with us, changing the world one insider at a time on Thursday night, get that wave going. I want to see lots of pink hands. Pink hands in the house. Because I'm going to be here. That's for sure. I'll be live for that one, no doubt about it. All right. With that being said, peace. Y'all, I'll be back towards the end of this one. Maybe I'm going to play some NHL 25. I think it'll be kind of fun. Or I'll just go to bed or hang out with my wife because she'll be home. And I haven't seen her in like 4 days. So there you go. Everett's going to be here. I love it. Brandy's going to be here. Carmen's going to be here. The Burn's going to be here. Kevin Oakes is going to be here. Lisa, Miss V. I love it. This is awesome. Cheers, everybody. Good luck to USA. See if they can come back and get the victory and finish with some points. How many points does Canada have right now? Ooh, yeah, that'd be 5. How many points does the United States have right now? 6. Shit. All right. No, 2 for the win in Sweden, 3 for the regulation win on Finland, and then, the loss. So 5. All right, never mind. I thought it was going to be cool. Dave Comstock's going to be here as well. I love it. Sandra Berube will be here. No relation to Coach Berube with the Leafs. Love it. All right. Cheers, everybody.
And right now, they look pretty proud, no question about that. Let's recap the game, just in case you're just joining us here. We'll recap the game, and we'll start off by a goal by Team USA, and it's a goal by Chris Kreider. I mentioned he was in for the injured Matthew Tkachuk, and Kreider tried to make an early impression, as it turns out. Here once again with the goal, Steve Koulias and Andrew Raycroft.
Ottinger makes the save on Forsling. Eichel knocks it out. Here comes Zach Werenski. Right in on goal. Shot, save, rebound, they score! Guess who? Welcome to the tournament, Chris Kreider.
So it is Chris Kreider who opens the account in this one. Kreider scores, gets his first, obviously, the tournament stepping in. Zach Werenski, his 5th assist, has been omnipresent once again for Team USA. Jack Eichel also picks up a helper, and at 35 seconds, it was 1-0 for Team USA. The building in a frenzy as the fans here at TD Garden were excited about the great start. And moments after that, Dylan Larkin actually hit the goalpost. And so for young Flyers goaltender Sam Ersson, the guy who started because Linus Ullmark is under the weather and because Gustafsson was under the weather and right now is dressed as the backup, great experience for the young up-and-coming Flyers goaltender. Ersson under siege, gave up the goal. He heard Larkin's shot off the post but didn't see it. And nonetheless, it was still 1-0. And then moments later, Ersson perhaps starting to settle in.
is Boldy back to Werenski with a shot. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Ersson as he robs Dylan Larkin from point-blank range.
And so it remained a 1-0 hockey game in favor of Team USA. It remained that way until just shy of the 14-minute mark.
Up to Boldy, can't get it out. Arvidsson keeps it in to Carlson with a shot. Ottinger, he can't squeeze it. It goes in. A weak shot. Knocked in by Gustav Nyquist. And we're tied at 1.
Yeah, from the sideboards, Victor Arvidsson simply just throws the puck at the net. Gus Nyquist is there to redirect it past Ottinger. Don't forget, Jake Ottinger gets the start tonight because Connor Hellebuck is somewhere here in the arena watching. Jeremy Swayman actually dressed as a backup goaltender for Nyquist. His first of the tournament comes from Carlson, Erik Karlsson, and Victor Arvidsson picks up his first assist of the tournament as well. 13:39 officially the time of that goal. It was 1-1, and we essentially started over. Now under a minute to go in the opening period, and the Swedes go in front.
Nylander steals it back, brings it in. Down the left wing, stops in the circle. In the slot, scores! Jesper Bratt from William Nylander. What a shot! 2-1 Sweden.
Jesper Bratt gets the goal. His first comes from William Nylander. Nylander picks up his second helper of the tournament, and Sweden held a 2-1 lead after 20. Time of that goal was 19:04 of the opening stanza. 2-1 after 20. Shots in the first period of play in favor of Team USA, 13-8. Now in the second period, as we mentioned, the big storyline that developed after Brady Tkachuk collided with the goalpost and with Sam Ersson just over 5 minutes in. Tried to continue, went to the dressing room, came back and took a 14-second shift, and then worked the gate. As it turned out for the rest of the first period, Brady Tkachuk did not come out to start the second. He is not on the ice for Team USA. Perhaps it's precautionary. Perhaps they're saying take the rest of the night off and, like your brother Matthew, get ready to play with Jack Eichel coming up on Thursday night. Or perhaps it's a little bit more serious. Don't hold your breath on us finding out exactly how serious it is. I'm sure that Brady Tkachuk, like he proclaimed Matthew good to go for Thursday regardless, is probably going to do the same too. After all, he is a Tkachuk. 2-1 for Team Sweden after 20 minutes. In the second period, aside from the storyline as to who was not on the bench or on the ice for Team USA, another big storyline was a little bit of luck on the side of Swedish netminder Sam Ersson.
As Sanderson let it go, Hughes to Sanderson, and I think he hit the crossbar.
Yeah, he did draw iron, no question about it. You could hear that there, and it remained 2-1. Sam Ersson then comes up big moments after that as Brock Nelson of the Islanders has a gilt edge scoring opportunity.
Chipped in by Boldy, and he gives chase. 11:05 to go here, second period, 2-1 Sweden. Stealing the puck is Boldy in front of the net for Brock Nelson. He is denied and then pushes Ersson.
All right, so a big stop there. Brock Nelson stopped by Sam Ersson. Shots on goal in the second period for Sweden, 9 for a two-period total of 17. And for Team USA, 8 for a two-period total of 21. So the U.S. outshooting the Swedes 21-17, but trailing on the scoreboard. And the numbers that matter most tell us that Sweden's in front by a score of 2-1. Have to really speak volumes at this point very loudly with regards to what we're seeing from Team Sweden. Essentially, the guys after tonight, whether it be tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, will be heading off back to their NHL teams and getting ready to get set to start that stretch run as early as Saturday for most of the clubs out there. And Sweden's putting up a fight. They could have easily just rolled over, especially after Kreider scored in the opening seconds, 35 seconds in. And right after that, as I mentioned, Dylan Larkin hit the goalpost. Sam Ersson, young goaltender, collected himself and was able to gather confidence once again and stem the tide because things could have gotten ugly early for Team Sweden. But the big story for Team USA, you're looking ahead to Thursday. You're looking ahead to playing Team Canada once again. This time you get them on your side of the border. And yet we're not sure how healthy these players are going to be. Speculation suggests that Austin Matthews will be good to go on Thursday. Speculation certainly from Brady Tkachuk on the injury that Matthews suffered on Saturday night at the Bell Center in Montreal, suggesting that Matthew Tkachuk will be good to go to suit up on Thursday. And again, as I said before, with Brady Tkachuk leaving this game, I think we'd all be shocked or floored if Brady Tkachuk was not going to play somehow, some way on Thursday against Team Canada. It means that much to them. Now, late in the first period, Vinny Trocheck also left the game for Team USA. Great news for the American squad was the fact that Mike Sullivan would see his veteran centerman return to start the second period. So great news, a little bit of a positive slant there for Team USA, but the injury bug has hit. Let's not forget, too, that a lot of teams in this tournament have been dealing with injuries. The reality suggests that if you want to play a best-on-best in February, guys are probably coming in, number one, playing at a high pace, which is great. Not so great is the fact that pretty much from the first day of the season onwards, nobody is 100% healthy. So there may have been players like Austin Matthews. I think we can pretty much assume the upper body soreness that has kept him out of tonight's game for Team USA is related to the injury he suffered with the Leafs earlier this season that kept him out of the lineup not once but twice in two different stints in missing time, actually even traveling to Germany to get that mysterious injury looked at. So of grave concern for not only Team USA, but Leafs Nation, as well as the fact that Austin Matthews is not playing here tonight in this one, but should be, fingers crossed, good to go for Thursday. We'll have to wait and see on all that. It's 2-1 for Team Sweden after 40 minutes of play. At least one more period to bring your way. And when we come back after a short break, we'll hand it back over to Steve Coulias and to Andrew Raycroft. They'll have the call of period number 3 here from TD Garden in Boston. You've been listening to the Four Nations Faceoff Intermission Report right here on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Baseball season's almost here, and MLB Network Radio will get you ready for opening day with a tour of spring training. Hear team previews of all 30 teams as our experts talk with players, managers, and executives shaping the 2025 season. How does your team look? Our team will break it all down. MLB Network Radio's tour of spring training beginning February 22nd on Sirius XM Channel 89 and the Sirius XM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Rupp.
NHL teams that could benefit from this tournament. Austin Matthews is a perfect example. What happens if he leads Team USA and has success in this tournament? Connor Hellebuck, he could shed a lot of pressure and narrative on him not being able to win big games by winning this tournament.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey. NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available in both tablets and as a delicious gummy. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
In a crisis, your number one need is food. Because when things go sideways, it's always one of the first things to sell out. But if you wait to stock up, all you'll find at the grocery store are crowds of desperate people and empty shelves. That's why FEMA and the Red Cross say you need at least 72 hours of non-perishable food. But here's the good news. For Patriots, the trusted preparedness company is offering listeners of this station a special buy one, get two free deal on its best-selling 72-hour survival food kits. This new and improved kit has 20 servings of delicious food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all designed to last for 25 years. It sells for $29 and has been rated 4.4 stars by thousands of happy customers. But when you act quickly and buy one kit, you will get two more kits absolutely free. That's 3 kits for the price of one, $58 in free food. Go to freefood123.com. That's freefood123.com. This deal won't last. Go to freefood123.com now.
Welcome back to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's coverage of Four Nations Faceoff, Sweden versus USA. Now time for third period action from TD Garden in Boston.
We're moments away from period number 3. I'm Steve Coolius along with Andrew Raycroft. Great job, Scotty Laughlin, once again. He'll be by with the post-game report at the end of this game. Austin Matthews didn't dress. 11 forwards. Brady Tkachuk into the post, into Ersson. One shift left, didn't return for the second period. A lot of ice time for the forwards, Razor.
There certainly has, and USA is saying, thank goodness we have 2 days off in between this game and the final, because they're going to need the rest up front especially, and you're going to want to push for your Team USA. It hasn't been the best through periods. Sam Ersson's been very good, making 20 of 21 saves for Team Sweden, but this home crowd's been down since 35 seconds into the game. You're going to want to give some energy and make a push here. Get more than one goal here in Boston tonight.
Chris Kreider opened the scoring, as Razor alluded to. Gustav Nyquist on a nice tip. And then Jesper Bratt as in on the play is Adrian Kempe, getting help from Elias Lindholm. Now the crowd is into it. This is something we did not hear in the second period.
Not once, no. And it's been a long day for a lot of fans. Eichel breaks through.
Eichel to the net. What a save by Ersson. What did he get on Eichel, who went backhand, forehand, and was denied? Samuel Ersson's made 20 saves. Here's Slavin. Shot, block, Boldy. Wide of the net. Gensel in front for Eichel. Another save as it comes to Karlsson, who can't get it out. And then Gensel almost picks the pocket of Lucas Raymond. How did that puck stay out?
Oh.
Back comes Gensel in over the line. A lot more energy here for the U.S. in the third period. Fox near boards. Gets it to Boldy. Back to the point for Hanifin. His shot is blocked by Karlsson. He reverses it near side. And there's a trip. Lucas Raymond, or was it a cross-check push?
It was the Adam Fox got down on the pants as they went into the corner, and Lucas Raymond went down hard, feet first into the corner left of Sam Ersson. And Adam Fox is going to the box. Team Sweden goes on the power play after a massive push to start that period, Steve, from Team USA and Jack Eichel. Oh, we just got a read. Ersson got his toe on the post and went off the post, off of his toe and up in the air. What great patience by Jack Eichel, going down the left wing, holding it all the way across the front of the net, using his forehand shot, and Ersson just getting his skate on the post at the same time. The puck, the three of them met at the same time. Puck bounces out.
Let's see if the U.S. can kill this and get the crowd going again. Face off to the left of Jake Ottinger. Lindholm on the draw, loses it. Comes to Faber behind the net, plays it near side for Trocheck. He can't get it out. Trocheck's on with JT Miller. Keeping it in is Lucas Raymond. Right wing circle for Lindholm. Up top for Erik Karlsson. Running the power play, tries to feed Raymond. Good stick by Trocheck, and it comes out to center.
Real good stick, and at this point, Team Sweden's 0 for 2 on the power play and have gotten no momentum from either one of their power plays. This will be an opportune time to get that first power play goal of the game for them.
Zone entry for Sweden, denied by Vinny Trocheck. He heads to the bench. Trocheck and Miller gonna try to get the New York Rangers when we start up again into the playoffs. It feels like we've been away for a while. I had to double check Ottawa and Detroit were in wild card spots. Here comes Forsberg. Back to Hedman behind the net. He has no place, so he fires it around the boards. And there's a giveaway by Larkin. Here's Forsberg with a shot. He didn't miss the top right-hand corner by much. He can shoot the biscuit.
Oh, he can rip it. That play there, standing still to get it, move it to his forehand, and he was frustrated. He gave the little head nod after he missed that top left corner of Jake Ottinger's net.
Hedman for Forsberg goes off his stick. Sanderson can't get it out. Either can JT Miller, who's already back on the ice so quickly. That's what happens when you have 10 forwards, I guess. Pettersson back to the right point to Hedman. Into Pettersson with a shot. Getting a stick on that was Hanifin, and it goes over top of the net. Here's Hedman once again, up top, right wing circle for Pettersson, in for Forsberg. He tipped that one, but Ottinger holds his ground and hangs on.
Ottinger with good post integration to his left. Forsberg just dropped just below the goal line. Got his stick, the right-handed stick, just to tip that puck. Tried to find a piece and on the short side of Jake Ottinger. Doesn't do so, and there's 17 seconds left on this PK of Team USA.
Face off to the left of Ottinger. William Nylander on the draw, strong side. Carlson and Hedman are on the points. Leo Carlson is there with Brad, but once again, face-off is won by Dylan Larkin. They get it out and down the ice. This should do it for the Swedish power play. One last foray here by Carlson with speed. Down the left wing, fires it in for William Nylander. He doesn't get there first. Bratt does. His pass is picked off by Nelson up to Larkin, near side for Faber. Here they come 3-on-2. Faber in over the line to Brock Nelson. He has no place, so he plays it back to Faber, looking for that tip the way Matt Boldy scored the other day. Another shot off the post, maybe more of the side of the net. It didn't have the right clang, did it?
Didn't have a great clang. Side of the post, side of the net, but that wasn't a real post. But fourth time we've heard iron tonight behind Sam Harrison.
Do you know the difference in the clangs?
Oh, no question. I know all those clang sounds, absolutely.
Here comes Boldy bringing it back in. Left wing circle with a shot. Harrison, easy save as Arvidsson plays it up to Gustav Nyquist, one of our goal scorers today. Drops for Joel Eriksson Ek with a shot that seemed to handcuff Ottinger. Thought I heard it hit his stick.
Yeah, he definitely didn't handle that the way he typically would.
Arvidsson behind the net. Another weird bounce off the partition. Rasmus Andersson with a shot. Bit of a shooting gallery here on Jake Ottinger. Puck is cleared to the line. What a play by Jonas Brodin, wild defenseman, to keep it in. Up top for Victor Arvidsson with a shot. He didn't miss the far side by much. Anderson pinching in to Nyquist, back to the right point where Arvidsson is filling in. Nyquist in the circle. Anderson with a shot. Save, rebound. And Victor Arvidsson side of the net. It's loose. Ottinger's caught out of his net. In to get the puck there is Jonas Brodin. And the pass back to Anderson skips over his stick. What a break for the U.S.
It sure was. Team Sweden had the Ferris wheel going. The five-man Soviet Union unit was rotating around. Great opportunities for Team Sweden, but they get it back in their own zone here.
Under 5 minutes, or we played just over 5 minutes here in period number 3. Crowd back into it after the penalty kill. And the Swedish foray into the offensive zone. Hanifin, far side, touch pass Miller to Sanderson, who shoots it in. Jack Hughes in on the forecheck. Pinching in is Jake Sanderson. Sends defenseman behind the net to Miller. Far side for Hanifin to Sanderson. His shot deflected by Ersson over the glass and out of play. And Samuel Ersson's now faced 25 shots. Andrews made 24 saves.
He's been very good, and it's those plays there where he's been able to fight through traffic. He's been able to get whistles at opportune times when Team Sweden spent some time in his zone. That time he clears it with his stick up and over the netting, doing a really good job managing the game on top of making some big saves.
Danny Briere happy?
Sure, Danny Briere's happy. You'd love to see Sam Harrison go on a run here the last 25 games of the season.
Face-off controlled by the Swedes. Kempe gets it out to center. Gets it back again with some help from Victor Hedman. Faber, big body check right there. Standing up Kempe. Lucas Raymond can't corral the puck. Kyle Connor does. Near side for Dylan Larkin, but the pass was in his skates. He falls down. There's big Victor Hedman, who keeps the puck in. Down the left wing. Kyle Connor with it now. He just gives it away. Right to Kempe. Lucas Raymond up top. Nobody checking him. He had a play to Kempe. That was broken up by Slavin. Nelson skating it out to Kyle Connor in over the line. His shot. Shoulder save there. Maybe the arm by Samuel Ersson. Did he go down too early?
Connor has such a tricky, sneaky release, and he's not the biggest guy. Looks skinny, looks lanky, but he's able to get a shot up. Oh, big hit there by Eichel on Leo Carlson.
Knocks his helmet off. That ignites the crowd as it's chipped in at center by Boldy. Rasmus Andersson in the far corner. Plays it behind the net to Brodin. Boldy's in on the forecheck. Takes him down. Here's an opportunity for Eichel. Didn't get good composite on that shot in the slot. Anderson chips it out. Glove to a teammate, and it's offside, which means we'll go to a break. 12:54 to go in the third. 2-1 Sweden. This is Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
Music for us. By us.
And that's the way I like it.
Celebrate Black History Month with a channel dedicated to the voices pushing the culture forward.
You wanna tweak it up with me and I'ma show you how that goes.
Serving up a blend of hip-hop and R&B from today's tastemakers and tomorrow's emerging stars. Black music forever. Listen now throughout the month at home with the Sirius XM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
In case you missed it, on NHL Network Radio.
He's got time and space in the high slot. Near side to Jesper Bratt in front. They score! Back door. Joel Eriksson-Ek. William Nylander with speed. 3-on-2 for the Swedes and over the line. Nylander. Nice dish to Carlson, who scores! Wow! Nylander to Carlson. And the Swedes regain the lead. It's 3-2.
NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And the Sirius XM app.
Ohio Stadium, where the Wolverine and Buckeye States meet to throw fuel on a century-old rivalry. But this time, it's different. This time, the roles of red and blue are reversed.
Moving in, shot score!
This time, it's hockey at the Shoe.
Larkin with speed.
The Blue Jackets and Red Wings take it outside with the Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Buy tickets now.
Slow your breathing down for me, okay?
What happened? His umbilical snapped. It's gone. Focus Features invites you to experience the most thrilling motion picture event of the year.
How much gas does he have left? Not enough.
What happens next will shock you.
You just lost power.
Based on the incredible true story, starring Woody Harrelson.
I got an idea.
And Simu Liu.
It's a body recovery now. No, it's not. I'm not losing a diver today.
Last Breath, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters February 28th.
The fastest game on ice.
Keeps it himself. What a move from McCarr. Down low, Cale Makar. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to Boston. 12:54 to go, period number 3. Great work by the unsung heroes of our crew. Lucas Curtelli at Mission Control. Mark Aflalo to my right. I used to call him Iafallo. He does not play for the Winnipeg Jets.
Not yet. Not yet.
Faceoff controlled by Zach Werenski. Gets it up to Jake Sanderson, who's getting a lot of ice time in this game for obvious reasons. They scrum it along the near boards. Gensel to Miller. Little sharp angle shot. Steered aside by Ersson. Sanderson back to Hughes with a shot blocked by Gustav Nyquist, and that got him. He's feeling it. Hughes has Miller in front. Wanted a penalty on Hughes. None forthcoming. Almost too many men on the ice there when Nylander jumped on the ice. Play on. Sanderson gets it out to center. Jesper Bratt has it momentarily. He falls. He wanted a call. Back comes Hughes. Jack Hughes fans on that shot. Nylander tries to clean up the mess. And we're going to get a penalty, I think, to Samuel Ersson. Did he get Jake Gensel?
Well, Jake Gensel sold it enough that he's going to go for 2 minutes for high sticking. We get a better look of it. Oh, no, it's Carlson with a little bit of a cross-check, finishing, protecting himself as Gensel goes through him. And it'll be Carlson going to the box. 2 good saves by Harrison off the giveaway in the neutral zone. And this is an opportunity for this U.S. power play to even up the game.
12:01 to go in regulation time. Eichel, Kreider, Gensel, Hughes, Werenski. No Austin Matthews. They started the game with 11 forwards, and Brady Tkachuk got hurt, came back for 1 shift, left after 2, or after 1, make that. Hughes in front to Gensel. His one-timer hit Forsling, comes to the near side for Eichel. Jack Eichel setting up shop, checked there by Kempe. Back to Werenski. Left wing circle for Hughes, and Matthias Ekholm, a one-handed swat. That's strength right there to get it out and down the ice. Eichel with the quick up, gets it in again. He's in the right wing circle at the hash marks, surveying the situation. Back to Werenski at the right point, back to Eichel. He lets it go off the partition, and the Swedes might have numbers. Short-handed. Bratt to Lindholm to Bratt, and he is checked stick on stick. Do you like the call?
I don't mind it. Eichel did a great job back checking. His hustle all the way back, got the stick right at the last second. I think it was, Sweden went down because he was reaching, not necessarily because he got hauled down by Eichel.
And those are hard in real time. It's easy with the replay. Under 11 to go in regulation. Puck's behind Ersson. Boldy comes away with it. Back to the point up top for Fox. Near side for Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor to Boldy with a shot. I don't think that made it to the net. Joel Eriksson Ek to the line, but not out. Rasmus Andersson has a second chance to get it out for the Swedes, and he does. Now a delayed offside, and Andersson once again can't get it out. Here's Miller. He has Boldy with him. Puck comes to the line, but kept in. Sweden, sloppy. Kyle Connor, shooting block, loose in front. Comes to Lucas Raymond, and they get it out.
And Steve, you mentioned Rasmus Andersson not being able to get along the boards. He had blocked a shot seconds earlier with his right hand, his bottom hand on his stick. So as he was trying to clear, you could see him shaking out his right hand. He couldn't get any strength, couldn't get any grip on his stick, which was keeping the puck in.
Good eyes by you. Do you eat a lot of carrots?
I did. That's the one thing I continue to work is my eyes.
9:37 to go here in regulation. Back come the Swedes. Ekholm plays it behind the net. Rasmus Dahlin pinching behind the net. Out in front to Kempe with a shot. It's blocked. And back comes the U.S. the other way. Jack Hughes 3-on-2. In over the line to Brock Nelson. Back to Hughes with a shot. I think he fanned on it. And we'll get another stoppage here with 9:17 to go. 2-1 Sweden. You're listening to Four Nations Face-Off action live on NHL Network Radio.
Congratulations to the Super Bowl 59 champion Philadelphia Eagles.
Quarterback Jalen Hurts, world champion and Super Bowl MVP. Just talk about how that feels.
It's amazing. Just humbled, just trying to soak it in.
What an effort overall, dominant performance.
Yeah, it was a great team effort. You know, defense wins championships, and that defense played their ass off all year. It's a blessing to be able to win in multiple ways.
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Four Nations Face-Off is here. Canada, USA, Sweden, and Finland face off for hockey supremacy.
Pass across. Allmark with a fabulous save.
Hear all the action on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Live from Montreal and Boston. Four Nations Face-Off. Visit SiriusXM.ca/4Nations for schedules.
Honey, I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
You know, my brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos.
I know it's been on our list, but isn't getting life insurance a huge pain? It's so much paperwork, and you have to go see the doctor. I wouldn't even know where to start.
With Ethos, Dave said it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. Plus, it's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house. He was able to choose an amount that worked for his needs, and Ethos made the whole thing so easy and clear.
10 minutes with no medical exam? Ethos, here we come.
Here's to sleeping better at night.
Help protect your loved ones today with Ethos. Life insurance made easy. Visit applyethos.com to apply today. That's applyethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Zach will feed him again. Hockey lives here.
He looks left side. Shot, score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to TD Garden in Boston. 2-1 Sweden over the USA. Jesper Bratt with the go-ahead goal. Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, Charlie McAvoy, Connor Hellebuck did not dress. Brady Tkachuk hurt, did not return for the second period. Faceoff won by the Swedes. But Hedman couldn't get it out the first time. Has another chance. Tipped by Kempe out to center as we approach the 11-minute mark. Managing ice time in minutes here. No one's going to hit 30, right?
No one's going to hit 30. They're rolling over these 3.5 lines for Team USA, but they are going to pile up here, especially as they make a push in this last 9 minutes of the game.
Chris Kreider, first game of the tournament, chipping and chasing. He scored 35 seconds in. 50 goals in 2022 for the Rangers, has 16 this year. Rangers fighting for their playoff lives when we get back. Speaking of the Rangers, Adam Fox to JT Miller. It's a Ranger show right now. Rink wide for Zach Werenski with a shot. It was going wide anyway. We got a stoppage with 8:26 to go.
Zach Werenski unfortunately breaks his stick while he hits that one-timer. There was a little razzle-dazzle, a little Harlem Globetrotters there while the Rangers continue to pass the puck to each other. Off of the bench, they get a change and hit the seam pass to Werenski, who tries to get good wood on it, but unfortunately his stick breaks in half and Harrison hangs on to cover up.
JT Miller, like the quarterback, setting up shop here. He wants Brock Faber off his left hip, but he loses the draw to Lindholm. Carlson can't get it out. Slavin keeps it in. Carlson retreats behind his own net, comes out the other side. Has no play, so it's glass and out for icing. Yes, 8:10 left in the frame.
JT Miller getting in on the forecheck, using his speed to get to Carlson, or at least force Carlson to move that off the boards. Ends up being an icing, and now they move to the right of Sam Harrison to take advantage.
Elias Lindholm of the Boston Bruins. I think 40 goals and 82 points. That's why they call it a career year, right, Razor?
That is exactly why they call it a career year. It's he's a long way from that at this point, and I'm sure he's hoping to build off this tournament in the last half.
Hughes, wraparound chance. Can't get it to go. He had Gensel in front as well. Here's JT Miller to Hughes in the high slot. Gets it back to Sanderson at the left point. Back to Miller up top. His shot goes off a shin pad wide. There's another shot. Harrison had to be sharp there, as I think that was on the net from Faber. Behind the net to Gensel. Over to Hughes far side. He couldn't corral it. Victor Arvidsson gets it out, and the Swedes get a much-needed change. Here's Faber to Gensel. Picked off by Leo Carlson. Big minutes for Swedish hockey here to have Leo Carlson on the ice.
I've loved his game tonight as well. I thought he's been really smart in his plays. He showed some skill. He showed some flash at different times, but played really responsibly as well. They have a good one in Anaheim.
2-1 Sweden. 7:08 on the clock. The pass for Nylander, too far. Bratt goes in after it. Faber spins away from Jesper Bratt, who's had a very good hockey game, not just because of the goal. That was a great shot. Swedes kind of stacking it up in the neutral zone, allows Nylander to pick off the pass, gets it back again from Dahlin. Nylander tries to go 1-on-4. I don't think that's going to work at this level against this team. Kempe for Nylander, rims it around the boards near side for Hedman. He elects to go D to D. Poor choice. 2-on-1. Breakaway. Nelson. Oh my goodness. What a save by Samuel Ersson. Wow. Samuel Ersson stops Nelson on the breakaway.
Yeah, the big lefty going in, looking to go low blocker on Sam Ersson, who sticks out his right arm, makes a monster save with 6 minutes left.
Here's Eichel into the offensive zone, back to Fox at his right defense position. He plays catch there with Werenski. They're on together now. Fox up top, lets it go through a screen, shot it wide. In front of the net, corralled by Hedman. That was Eichel who centered it. Clear to the line, once again not out. Forsling steps up to skate it out. Swedes are leaking oil here as the puck comes to Victor Arvidsson. I don't know if Ottinger got a piece of that or not, but here comes the USA in over the line. Offside is Boldy with Werenski. 5:39 to go. 2-1 Sweden. They're hanging on. We're back with the rest of regulation and maybe overtime next.
I'm Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. I have 2 brand new exclusive channels right here on SiriusXM. First, there's Unwell Music. Fun, feel-good music for the girls. Unwell on Air, the best of Unwell and brand new live daily shows with weekly pop-ins from yours truly. Unwell Music on Channel 3 and Unwell on Air on the SiriusXM app.
Raptors Nation is on Canada Talks.
Barrett now driving on the far side, got to the baseline, jackknife pass out on the perimeter to Boucher. Long, high looping triple is good. The Toronto Raptors beat.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm right here. You can't see me yet, but now you can. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Are you having fun, chatting it up, cheering on your favorite team during the Four Nations Face-Off? Just wanted to say thanks for being here, and please hit that subscribe button and help us get on our way to 100,000 subscribers. It's absolutely insane what a group of sports fans can do and build a community that makes a difference with SickKids Hospital every single game and every single month. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell. Now let's see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team and welcome to our awesome community.
Yes, you can start enjoying life again. Purchase Kidney Cop at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com today.
The world's greatest coverage.
Nylander across ice speed, scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
.539 to go here in regulation time. Sweden leads the United States 2-1. Again, the key story, Brady Tkachuk dressed and got hurt. Matthews didn't dress, McAvoy didn't dress, Hellebuck not playing either. Jake Ottinger's done his job, right?
He certainly has. 18 of 20 shots from Sweden. He's made some big saves, kept his team in it. Hasn't got as much work here in this third period especially.
Forsling with a feed for Carlson, went off a stick. Crowd trying to rally the troops here, as that's also not icing, as it looks like it deflected off a stick, which is good for Jack Hughes because he chased down the loose puck, although he just lost it to Jesper Bratt, who gets it over to Matthias Ekholm. He casually plays it in, and it's a wholesale change for the Swedes. 5 minutes to go, Razor, in a 2-1 game.
I've liked Jack Hughes' game a lot tonight. He's played just over 18 minutes. He's +1 on the night. He's had 4 shots on goal. He's done a really good job moving his feet, getting in on opportunities.
Fox gets it in, goes around the net, comes out the near side, where it's just chipped out by Jonas Brodin. 4:40 to go now. Fox at center, staring into a gold Swedish wall. Puck is along the far boards. They scrum along for it. Tick-tock goes the clock. The Swedes don't care. They win the scrum. And then Dahlin gets it again to the line, but not out. Now it's brought out to center by Lucas Raymond. Eventually, no soldier outlives 1,000 chances.
Oh, they're giving him an icing on that one, Steve. Whoa. Whoa. That was very close. Sweden won't be happy about that one. That was within an inch of the red line with a player right on top of them. But from the Team USA point of view, they happily will take this.
4:13 to go. When we talk about a game of inches, I think that's a game of inch, like you said. Well, you've got the Bugs Bunny eyes, so you saw it. Face-off, won by the U.S. Off the draw, Kyle Connor on a set play. His shot is blocked, and now it's knocked to center by Adrian Kempe. Werenski trying to feed Nelson, broken up, and Forsberg brings it back. Under 4 to go. Forsberg with a shot, and he can shoot the puck. He almost caught Ottinger. Rebound in front of Ottinger with his best 2 saves of the game on Victor Arvidsson. Oh my, what an opportunity there. Forsberg behind the net. He thought about doing the Michigan. That would have been fun to see, at least attempt. Rolled off his stick, clear to the line, and there's big Victor Hedman with the poise to keep it in and make a play. A lot of people would have said, retreat, retreat. He didn't do that, Razor.
Great read by him because Team USA is on a longer chain. They're going to need to change, won't be able to get on the offense, so he holds the line a little bit longer than he usually would.
Carlson back to his own zone. Bank pass off the Geico sign. And Hedman does get it out to Nylander. U.S. does get a change in. 3:05 to go here. Puck ends up on Miller's stick in the far corner. Out to Jack Hughes coming off the bench. Hedman has it now to Nylander. He sends one to the far side, but once again the Swedes can't get it out. Finally they do knock it to center, and Nylander with speed brings it in. William Nylander, left wing. Curls away from Slavin, does it again. Loses the handle. Here comes the U.S. Hughes, 2-on-2. Near side for Gensel with a shot. Ersson makes a save, and he smartly, that's like winning a draw. He plays a puck.
100%. The guys were yelling at him. You want to get rid of that one. Sweden has the only 2 guys underneath the hash marks. Headsy play by Ersson.
2:15 to go here as the Swedes playing time and score. Lucas Raymond gets it out. Hanifin up to Larkin, who just chips it in, turning over his stick. Puck comes to the far side where Lucas Raymond brings it out, actually shoots it, I think into the bench. It doesn't matter, he was in the neutral zone, so 2:01 to go, 2-1 Sweden.
Yeah, he just taken 3 steps out of the side of the blue line, so no issues. We're just getting another look at those 2 great saves by Jake Onger. First was the rocket from Forsberg that I oohed about, just a wrister from 50 feet, but it was an absolute laser. And then the 2 saves in front. Arvidsson going between his legs on the second one. Huge job saving the game by Jake Onger. Only 6 shots here in the third period. He's had enough. Jake Onger's had enough. He wanted to get to the bench, but Coach Sullivan tells him to get back in. Wait to see if they can win this draw here in the neutral zone.
Would you pull him here?
Not with 2 minutes left. I'm okay with winning this draw and then sending them like they are now.
And that's what's happening. All hands on deck, under 2 to go. Puck is cleared to the line, kept in by Werenski at the left point. Throws it into the right wing corner. Eichel knocks it to Boldy, who plays it to Miller. Back to Werenski at the left point. Jack Hughes to Werenski. Far side for Jack Eichel in the left wing circle. Eichel down low to Gensel. Loses it to Anderson. Has a chance to get it out again. Fails to do so. Hughes, right wing circle. Time and space. Looking for a stick in front of the net. Doesn't work. Tries it again. Shoots it wide as Boldy either broke or lost his stick. So that's a break for the Swedes. Stoppage, 1:22 to go. And do you think there'll be a timeout here?
This feels like a pretty good time to get a timeout from Team USA. Coach Quinn, assistant coach Quinn, is down right along the boards. He's got the whiteboard. They're going to take their time, and then Coach Sullivan calls the timeout. Both teams will retreat to their benches and talk it over with 1:22 left. What a job by Sam Ersson. You asked earlier in the game to start this game, what's everybody playing for? And we talked about Sam Ersson and going into this final stretch with the Philadelphia Flyers, what he can do. And he's come in and filled in admirably after Jacob Markstrom coming out 2 weeks ago with the MCL injury. Harrison's the fill-in for Markstrom, and now gets the opportunity to play after Gustafsson and Linus Ullmark have issues. He's filled in admirably and looking at trying to get the Trey Kroner's first win of the tournament.
And what about the mental mindset? The first shot basically goes in, and now I have to sit there and weather a storm, and I honestly can't believe it. If you would have told me this would be the situation with $1:22 to go, well, there's betting in hockey, I would have made a bet against that theory.
It's a great point. It's a great job. Not just Harrison, but the entire team Sweden. And we know they hang in. We know how competitive they are. We know how many Stanley Cups they've been a part of on all the different teams and how influential the Swedes are and how respected they are. And they've shown that to this point tonight where they battled through. And Sam Harrison's at the top of that list because he came in under difficult circumstances in a difficult barn, giving up a goal in the first shift, and now here we are.
1:22 face-off to his left. Eichel against Joel Eriksson-Ek. The Wild centerman wins the draw, but Miller gets to the puck, sends it back to the point to Werenski. Near side for Eichel. Shooting, save, rebound, comes to the line, and sent to the empty net, but wide by Jesper Bratt. He had the game on his stick, but he misses from 162 feet.
And what a play to hold up. He could have had maybe a lane, faked Werenski out, hit the brakes, and a guy like Jesper Bratt misses that maybe 2 out of 100. That's like you or I passing it from the hash marks into the net.
Yeah, he knows. He looked to the sky. Face-off won by the U.S. Here's Eichel. Far corner. Setting up. Back to Miller at the left point. There's the announcement. Under a minute to go in regulation. Eichel. Left wing circle. Bump played again, so comes to Nylander. He can't get it out. Miller won the puck battle. Werenski at the point. Near side for Hughes. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Hughes in the right wing circle to Werenski with a shot through a screen. Rebound to Miller. Centers it in front of the net. Loose puck in front. Bratt has it again. Skates it out. Will he go for the empty net? He does again, but it goes off the stick of Eichel and out of play. Eichel may have saved the game right there.
He certainly did. Bratt wasn't missing that the second time, but what a wonderful job. Not only just in front of the net of Harrison, the defense did a great job. Hedman blocking shots. He's down on all fours, but Bratt using his skill, his skating, his edges, again to fake Werenski out, and it is Eichel who gets a stick in at the last second to have that puck go up and over. Jake Ottinger's back in the net for the neutral zone faceoff here.
30 seconds to go. Lindholm against Eichel. Lindholm wins the draw to Hedman. He gains the red line, and that's a Ray Guy punt. Remember Ray Guy?
Beautiful wedge. That is a beautiful wedge into the corner.
Back comes Hughes the other way. To Miller, in front of the net, looking for Eichel, doesn't work. 12 seconds to go. Eichel in the far corner, has Boldy in front. Werenski with a shot, off a leg. 5 seconds to go. It comes out. And there's the horn, and the game is over as Eichel is shot right at the horn. The green light was on, so it wouldn't have counted. Samuel Ersson makes 31 saves. USA loses to Sweden. Hopefully the injury situation won't be a factor for Thursday.
Exactly, that's a story. As much as frustrating it is for a lot of the fans hitting the exits right now, as much as it's frustrating for Jake Ottinger not getting his Team USA victory here, the real story over the next 2 days for this group was going to be the injuries. Brady Tkachuk leaving this game, the guys that didn't start the game, the McAvoys, the Matthew Tkachuks, and how they bounce back over the next 2 days.
Full credit to Samuel Ersson.
Yes.
And you mentioned it, losing overtime, and win. Kind of feels like they did better than they did.
Correct. The only team to get points in every game in this tournament.
You're right.
The only team to stay in each of these games in this tournament, and they're the ones going home at this point. But certainly a gutsy effort from this group here in the final day of their tournament.
Fraser, this was a great doubleheader day. Now we can just chill. Where are we going for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, we got Tresca tomorrow night. We got Tresca in the North End, Ray Bork's restaurant. He got us going. We're all set. So a big day for us tomorrow, as big as today was. It's a great week and fun day.
Producer Bruce Bolton, why are you smiling? We're going out tomorrow.
Yeah,
there you go. Dennis Bernstein, Scotty Laughlin standing by for the post-game show. They'll give you updates as whatever we know about Brady Tkachuk, all the injuries as it relates to the USA as they're announcing the stars.
Jay Pandolfo handing out the first star of the game tonight.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
BU coach.
And that's Jesper Bratt, who had the game-winning goal. And he had a heck of a game against Jack Hughes and company. And I think we're going to get Jesper Bratt, so this is going to work out perfectly. Razor. And at the end of the day, still a very entertaining game. Kreider scoring early. Oh, Samuel Ersson, 31 saves.
And the other thing we talked about earlier in the day, which feels like yesterday, but it was still this morning, about Team Canada and how they were going to bounce back after the big game Saturday night and all of the emotions. And you could also see that Team USA had a little bit of a letdown from Saturday. It felt like Team Canada was able to build from their loss and get through their adversity in that first period against Finland. Today, it felt like USA really had a hard time generating the emotion that they had from Saturday night.
And that's a good point. And everyone knows. They know what's at stake, what's not. Team Canada needed a great start, and they got one with the big boys today.
That's right. And that's that motivation that we're all human. We all understand the circumstance. And it was Canada that needed to find the extra gear. They did do so. Team USA knew they didn't need it and are looking ahead to Thursday night.
Mark Messier, when he talks about when I hear extra day, I think of 94 when the Canucks won Game 6. They came back and there was an extra day. Every time I hear extra day, I think of Messier saying he didn't think they would have won without the extra day. Now, this is not in the same category, but it is a major tournament. If we were playing Wednesday, I think Mike Sullivan might feel differently.
I agree 100%, and I would have a lot more trepidation from our view up here on the 9th floor. But right now, I'm patient. I'm cautiously optimistic that you can find a way to get these guys back into the lineup after 2 days. But I think also having those 10 guys play forward would be such more of a factor if this game was on Wednesday.
Do you think that everyone can return? Is that realistic?
It seems like a stretch, doesn't it? It seems like a stretch for these guys, especially a Matthew Tkachuk, who basically missed the last 2.5 games or last 4 periods.
Yep.
For him to find a way to get back in the lineup after just 2 days rest. Charlie McAvoy dealing with something upper body. That feels like it could be a stretch. Austin Matthews sounded a little more precautionary than the other two, but certainly it would be it feels like a reach to have all 3 of those guys in the lineup against Team Canada.
And the good news is Jake Sanderson looked good.
He did.
Chris Kreider, we're talking about veteran players who are on standby. They played, they jumped in. I think getting ice time for both of those guys will pay dividends. You'd like to think if those players you mentioned earlier, 1 or 2 or whatever, are out of the lineup.
Great point, Cooley. Much better to have to deal with that with all of your players getting their legs under them, finding the ice over this past 7 or 8 days to deal with that Thursday rather than having someone jump in or have to jump in very cold at this point.
Well, tomorrow is just about dinner.
Yep.
So I'm sleeping in.
Yes, you are.
Yep. And
get some rest.
Yes.
You guys have had a real long day. I got to jump in today after just one doubleheader, but you guys have had a long 6 days here.
Do you love the doubleheader hockey?
I like the double. Yeah, I really do. And I had doubleheader hockey the last couple of weeks with the Beanpot here in this same building. But this was extra special to see those 4 nations, the best of those 4 nations, play in one day is pretty special, pretty cool, and for it to be happening here in Boston is for the first time is really exciting for everyone in this area.
I say Canada, USA, top of mind. What comes to mind?
Emotion, passion, intensity, and again, the margin of error is going to be so small, so thin. It's going to be 1 or 2 plays that end up making the difference on Thursday night.
Okay, I think we're going to hit the break. Not going to hit the break? Okay, we're standing by. We're waiting for Jesper Bratt, and I'm going to ask him about what he took away from the tournament. When you say they got points in each game. You say to yourself, now, if it was a 6 or 8 team, if this was the Olympics, they'd have at least the qualification game with getting points like this.
No question. And again, they can. They're the what if, because they're sitting there saying at the end of the day we lost because of 3-on-3, and they didn't lose in real 5-on-5 play. Their defense is so sturdy. Their goaltending held up as much as Gustafsson was good against Canada.
In the laundry room right by the bins.
And they're sitting in the locker room right now shaking their heads and thinking, man, if we could have just punched one of those in overtime, we'd be in a much different spot right now.
Great for Boston. Montreal put on a show. Both games sold out. Obviously, energy. The afternoon game with Canada winning, and the U.S. game playing for all the things that we talked about earlier. But they stepped up, and that's why they're the first U.S. team in the NHL.
What's up, hockey fans? Thank you for hanging out with us this evening for the United States and Sweden. Sweden gets it done. They beat the U.S. in a game that didn't matter. But Sweden had a good tournament overall. Lost in overtime to the Canadians. Lost in overtime again to the Finns, and then beat the United States. So you can't fault them for at least giving a good run. There you go, everybody here in the chat. Tom's been playing on SOP Soccer, as well as been playing with True Killer on Discord. True is the professional player who plays all the games for my soccer channel on EAFC, and he whooped my butt 16-0 tonight. So there you go. Good night, everybody. Good night, Everett. Good night, Carmen. Good night, Bern. Good night, Brad. Good night, John. Good night, Peter. Spirit in the sky. Pride. Pride? Who's playing for Pride? Sweden? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. There it is. GBA Productions says yes in Sweden. One for one reason. There you go. Good answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. I will let the post-game run as always, okay? I'll let it go for another 45 minutes to an hour. Because it's going to be a lot of previewing. It is. It's what we do. We do sports all the time here on Toronto Sports Insider and G6 Entertainment, Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central. The future is going to be insane. I got a big message from Chicago Plays on YouTube tonight through Twitter, and he's like, how the heck are you almost at 100,000 subs, man? Bro, have you not been paying attention?
I'm just trying.
When you message me all the time, hey, can you help me with this? And I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm busy. That's why. This is why. 84,000.
I want us to get to 100,000. Because then I was thinking we would hang up like the plaque over here.
Yeah, most definitely. It's going to go on the wall. No doubt. No doubt. All right, guys. Letting the post game go. Previewing Thursday. We'll see you all on Thursday. Nothing on TSI until Thursday except maybe a live hangout for some NHL 25 gameplay. What do you think, Tom? Should we play some hockey?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll do a stream in the next couple of days and play some hockey. Go Canada, go. We're whooping up on the USA on Thursday. We're getting revenge. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you, Insiders. Seriously, thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for helping me create this unbelievable community of Toronto sports fans where we change the world one insider at a time. Go Leafs, go. Go Canada, go. Good night.
Nothing early. He played the most minutes for Team Canada, which is a great sign that his health is where it needs to be. He did a good job. Devon Taves played really well alongside of him. So I can't imagine there's any question marks with where he's at health-wise after the way he played this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a perfect start, but a scary finish, and that play by Sidney Crosby playing the body. There's a reason for different things, whether it's stick-on-stick or body. If that body check doesn't happen, I mean, the Finns were coming on. Mikael Granlund had a great tournament. He had a great tournament for the Finns.
He certainly did. That rocket over Binnington's right shoulder to pull the game to 1 was awesome there in the third period, and Sid, as he does in all of these tournaments for Team Canada, came through in the clutch.
Coming through in the clutch for the Swedes with Jesper Bratt, New Jersey Devil winger, joins us now. At the end of the day, Jesper, you guys got points in all 3 of your games. What are you feeling right now emotionally?
Obviously it's a little mixed emotions. Obviously you're happy ending the tournament with a win, but I think we all came into this tournament hoping to play the game in 2 days from now, so it's a little mixed emotions, but obviously good for our group to end this whole thing with a win and a good feeling going into future tournaments.
Yes, but we're just talking about individuals and coming out of the break and the last 25 games this season. What are you going to take out of playing in this tournament?
Oh, obviously a lot of excitement. I think I grew a lot as a player, just being around different guys and playing with guys that you look up to and playing against guys that you play with as well. So it was an awesome experience, and I think I obviously excited now coming back to Jersey and finish off this last stretch before pushing to get into the playoffs.
Last one before we let you go, was there any chatter with the 86, that Jack Hughes guy, a little chirping going on or anything?
Yeah, we definitely mix a couple words to each other. I try to bump him in the corner there a couple times, just try to see how it is to get a little piece of him. So it was definitely fun playing against him.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You had a great tournament, big goal, continued success with the New Jersey Devils. Safe travels, and we'll see you at the rink.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Jesper Bratt of the New Jersey Devils, Scott Laughlin, Dennis Bernstein standing by. The post-game show, the MASH unit injury update when they come back.
Faceoff is here. Canada, USA, Sweden, and Finland face off for hockey supremacy.
Pass across. Allmark with a fabulous save.
Hear all the action on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, live from Montreal and Boston. Four Nations Face-Off. Visit SiriusXM.ca/4Nations for schedules.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I have a new podcast called Casuals. It's a podcast for people who like sports a normal amount. Casuals is a twice-a-week hang with me and my friends from across comedy, sports, and entertainment, where we talk about all the funny, weird, interesting stuff happening in and around the world of sports. So whether you're a diehard fan or just vaguely sports curious, Casuals is the podcast for you. You can find Casuals on the SiriusXM app, Pandora, or wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Give it a try. What's the worst that could happen?
Clear the distractions and reclaim your focus with Classical Studyscape, a channel filled with calm and soothing symphonic sounds to help you concentrate and stay on track. Classical Studyscape, one of over 200 extra channels, available anytime, at home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
On and off the ice. Head coach of the San Jose Sharks, Ryan Warsofsky. As far as the season goes, what have you liked and what do you still need work on?
I think we're starting to gain a little bit more respect from our opponents as the season has gone on here. We're learning that the way you have to play consistently in this league to win, it's a very fine line. There's times where we do it and we grasp it, and there's times where we go through some learning moments.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and on your schedule with the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Back to Thomas. Thomas moves it in. Shoot, score!
SiriusXM 91.
Welcome back. We are live at TD Garden in Boston. The Four Nations Face-Off is down to two teams. And it was Team Sweden tonight getting on the board. Their first W of the tournament comes as they wrap it up and they hang on for victory over a banged-up Team USA squad. They win it by a score of 2-1. Scott Laughlin back here. Our post-game show is coming up momentarily. Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period is alongside, and that will be the biggest storyline here in the next couple of days. Not only the anticipation, Dennis, of looking forward to round two between Canada and the United States, but just exactly who will be healthy enough to dress for the American squad.
Yep. Brady Tkachuk goes out. Trocheck got hit with a puck in the hand, I think, in the second period. That's the question: who's going to suit up for the U.S.? It's now going to be a major talking point. And we're not even talking about Austin Matthews not playing tonight, Scotty, which I'm sure in your hometown is going to be a huge story.
Absolutely. That will be the lead story, and Leafs fans will be up in arms saying, why is Austin Matthews even playing in this tournament, et cetera, et cetera. Look, we knew when we signed up to play best on best in February that players will come in and they won't be 100%. They may leave at far less than 100%. It's kind of the risk that you take. Now, that having been said, Thursday, I think we'd all be shocked if the Tkachuk brothers and Austin Matthews are not there to answer the bell and to suit up for their team against Team Canada.
Absolutely. Then those would be serious injuries, Scotty. They're not playing in one of the most important games of everyone's lives.
Yes, this is going to be huge coming up on Thursday night. Expected to be Connor Hellebuck versus Jordan Binnington. And Binnington coming back to the barn where he won the Stanley Cup in 2019 in Game 7 with all the chips on the line. So he's got some history in this building of coming up large when it matters most. Then in 2019 for the St. Louis Blues, hoping to do it for Team Canada coming up on Thursday. And Team USA were down to 16 skaters by the end of it. 10 forwards, 6 defensemen. McAvoy didn't play. Kreider was in for Matthew Tkachuk, and as you'll hear, Matthew Tkachuk watching as Chris Kreider got the account opened as far as the scoring was concerned. When we come back, we'll give you all the details. We'll set up the postgame show for you here on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Stay with us.
This is the SiriusXM Sports Update.
Four Nations Faceoff pool play wrapped up with Sweden beating USA 2-1. U.S. had already advanced to the final. Now face Canada, who advanced with a 5-3 win over Finland, setting up a rematch with the Americans. Beat their neighbors up north on Saturday. Matthew Tkachuk, who sat out against Sweden with an injury, said on the TNT broadcast the U.S. is looking forward to the final.
At the end of the day, Stanley Cup, maybe Game 7 aside, this is probably the biggest game that we've all played up until this point. Now it's up to one game, so it doesn't matter what happened on Saturday. It's a fresh start on Thursday, and we just can't wait for this opportunity.
Recap and reaction on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. College hoops, 19th-ranked Arizona leading Baylor 41-31 late in the first half. Coverage on Sirius 119, XM 382. Third-ranked Duke down Virginia 80-62. Cooper Flagg had 17 points, 14 boards. Boston Red Sox third baseman Rafael Devers told reporters he will not cede third base to newly signed infielder Alex Bregman. Manager Alex Cora says decisions will be made for the betterment of the team. Angels are moving Mike Trout from center field to right field in an effort to keep him healthy. Yankee slugger Giancarlo Stanton uncertain for opening day because of chronic tendonitis in both elbows. D-backs reportedly signed shortstop Geraldo Perdomo to a 4-year, $45 million contract extension. Cincinnati Bengals will reportedly attempt to sign wideouts Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, plus defensive end Trey Hendrickson to long-term deals this offseason. May for the second straight year used the franchise tag on Higgins. Raiders part ways with assistant GM Champ Kelly. Women's college basketball play newly crowned number 1 Notre Dame down Duke 64-49. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Chuck DeLapp.
If it's happening in sports, it's happening on SiriusXM.
The latest news of the night. SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
With Team Canada's win this afternoon, the table is set. It's an all-North American final on Thursday, but there's still one more game to be played. Shot save, rebound, they score! Guess who? Welcome to the tournament, Chris Kreider. He can't squeeze it, it goes in. A weak shot, knocked in by Gustav Nyquist. In the slot, scores! Jesper Bratt from Willy Nylander. What a shot! 2-on-1, breakaway, Nelson! Oh my goodness, what a save by Samuel Ersson. To Miller, in front of the net, looking for Eichel, doesn't work, 12 seconds to go. Eichel in the far corner, has Boldy in front. Werenski with a shot, off a leg, 5 seconds to go. It comes out, and there's the horn. And the game is over as Eichel is shot right at the horn. The green light was on, so it wouldn't have counted. Samuel Ersson makes 31 saves. USA loses to Sweden. Hopefully the injury situation won't be a factor for Thursday.
This is exclusive coverage of Four Nations Faceoff on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Let's get back to Boston and Scott Laughlin.
Welcome to the postgame show here from TD Garden in Boston. Scott Laughlin joined once again by Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. Team Sweden hangs on to beat Team USA 2-1, much to the chagrin of this major U.S. crowd here at TD Garden. And Dennis, we knew it would be a bit of a challenge for each team coming into this one.
Yeah.
Why? Well, for Team USA, they had already clinched a spot in Thursday's final. They've got some banged-up players, now even more questions with regards to injured players. And Team Sweden, we wondered what they would offer up.
Agreed.
Because really, they didn't have a lot to play for except for pride and the attempt to try to get into the win column before they would all, of course, scatter back to their respective NHL clubs. So they have to be proud with the effort that they stepped up with. And young Sam Ersson in goal, of course, the Philadelphia Flyers goaltender du jour, he was pretty darn good as well. But the loss is one thing. The loss of manpower for Team USA of grave concern. So coming in, we knew Matthew Tkachuk was unable to go. Brady says he'll be good to go for Thursday. No worries there. Chris Kreider draws in. You'll hear in a little bit that he opened the scoring just 35 seconds in, making the most of his opportunity given to him. Then you had Brady Tkachuk leave the game. Just over 5 minutes into the game, Dennis, he was breaking in off the wing.
Yep.
Ended up colliding, it looked like, with the skate of Ersson and the goal post as well, whether it's the hip or the ribs or whatever it is. He tried to go again, skated on a very brief shift, went down the corridor to the dressing room. To his credit, he came back out. He went on the ice for another 14-second shift, and then I guess essentially went back and said, I'm going to have to do what Big Brother Matthew did.
Right.
When it comes to opening the gate at the end of that game, 13 minutes left in regulation when he left the game against Team Canada. And then he did not come out for the second period. As you mentioned before, too, Trocheck got banged up, but he was thankfully able to return. So I guess what we're saying is here, is the U.S. has a whole bunch in the way of injury concern.
What's the cliche? It's a battle of attrition, Scotty. And unfortunately, it's only 4 games, and you're going to have to, probably play without full manpower. And if these guys are going to play, the question is, Scotty, if they do play, none of them are going to be at 100%.
Yeah.
But would you take a 75% Brady Tkachuk and an 80% Matthew Tkachuk? There's going to be a lot of questions about the health of this team, and I think it's a bigger picture question. Like, you play in these tournaments, players get injured. Is it going to be worth a while for them to start playing in these tournaments again?
Oh, yeah. By the way, Austin Matthews just did not play in this game either. They're calling it upper body soreness. And let's not forget, as far as the Leafs captain is concerned, he has had 2 separate stints.
Yep.
Missing from the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup so far this season. We know earlier this campaign in the NHL, he went over to Germany very quietly. Wouldn't reveal exactly what the extent of the injury was. We think it's somewhere in the mid-body, whether it's oblique or midsection or what have you, for Austin Matthews. So upper body soreness for Austin Matthews, to me, means it's a continuation of the ailment, the injury that he's been nursing all season long. And again, the talk in Toronto will be, well, why is AM34 even playing in this tournament then? My guess would be that the response from the Leafs would be is that this is something he's been playing with. We'll probably have to manage the rest of the season and then maybe get it looked at again during the offseason. Regardless, he wasn't available for Team USA tonight. Charlie McAvoy didn't play, so they went 1 skater short to start, DB, because they had 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. Couldn't go with the 7 because McAvoy was not available to them. And then when Tkachuk left the game, Brady left the game, they were down to 10 forwards and 6 defensemen. I looked down on their bench, and there was plenty of great seating available, as it turned out. And if you're
like
Mike Sullivan,
Scotty.
Absolutely, yeah. Like a couple of guys get tossed out, or maybe there's a bit of a snowstorm and your teammates can't make it to the game or something, so there's plenty of room on the bench for everybody. Sure. That's not exactly what Mike Sullivan wants.
No. And it taxes the other 10 players. Right, they're having more ice time than you would hope. But again, you got to rest these guys. You have to err on the side of caution because the grand prize is Thursday. So yeah, I get sitting these guys out. But again, it did tax these other 10 skaters tonight.
Well, Jake Ottinger got the start. I think played fairly well. Given the situation, Dennis, I think he played fairly well. I know, and we'll go over the highlights. I mean, the Gus Nyquist redirect was just one that is a difficult one for a goaltender to stop. I thought for the most part, again, he stopped what he needed to stop. Yeah. And he did his job.
It was a great screen on the game when he never saw that shot. I asked Razor on the way out about that goal, and he classified it as unlucky because it was a weird angle. You don't never see those tips.
Arvidsson throws it in from the sideboards in the redirect.
Yeah, and he said maybe 30 out of 40 times to stop that puck, and just the angle of the tip and the try by Nyquist, it got past him, and it was a tie 1-1 game.
Well, Jesper Bratt was the number one star in the game, and of course he joined Steve Kouleas and he joined Andrew Raycroft right afterwards as well. And he's the guy who actually gets the game-winning goal from Nylander, as it turns out, and that stands up as the winner. Bratt was really, really good in this one. Nyquist, as we said, as well with that goal. Blocked a shot a little bit later on. He too went to the dressing room as well. And you and I had this conversation before we came on the air here for the postgame show, Dennis, from the standpoint that you're going to hear a lot of fan bases out there. And we knew this before the season, or maybe before the tournament even got underway. We knew that there would be some casualties. Yes. We knew that there would be players that probably were coming in at less than 100%, but still wanted to play. Sure. We knew that there would be players who got hurt in the tournament. Yep. And, you know, of course, the greatest sighting was John Tavares at the Sochi Olympic Games in 2014, and how he got seriously hurt. And the Islanders fan base at that point was up in arms because JT got hurt at the Olympics and was worse for wear coming back to New York. But this is what you get. If you're going to play best on best in February, and there's no changing the calendar for the Olympics, right? It's happening in Italy at the same time next year. You're going to run up against it, right? You've got a compressed NHL regular season schedule, and you're going to have guys taking the ice in February. There is a chance they could get hurt. But as you pointed out to me as well, Dennis, there's also a chance guys could get hurt in September.
Without question.
Now, if guys get hurt in September, you've got all that runway left where maybe you don't miss the most important time of the season. That should be pointed out. But you also have, as a trade-off, if you're playing hockey in September as compared to February, the hockey right now in February
the quality
is much, much better. The pace is much, much quicker. Everybody seems to be clicking on high cylinders right now. We've talked about how fast this event has been. Yes. Players have said how fast the games are. You might not necessarily get that in September.
And to your point, Scotty, like those 9 seconds in September, it never happens. Yeah. It never. The intensity isn't there. The physicality isn't there. Some guys be coming off their summers, and yes, they train during the summer, but the intensity wouldn't be there. So the quality of the play wouldn't approach what we've had in this tournament. That's the risk you run. But you know what? Every game of 82 that these players play, they run a risk of injury. Right? So it's going to happen. It's going to happen in regular season games. Drew Doughty got hurt in the first preseason game, first shift. Mm-hmm. It's unavoidable in this sport. And these players, remember, Scotty, I go back. They wanted to do this for 9 years. They've waited. Now you can tell the players, you might get hurt, so don't play. That's not going to happen. It's an unfortunate casualty of playing this game.
You know, even for Finland, Patrick Laine takes a knee-on-knee in the preseason from a Toronto Maple Leaf farmhand, right? And he is missing time to start the season as well. So stuff happens. Again, it's the trade-off. Do you want to run the risk of a player being hurt in February, or do you want to run the risk of him being hurt in September? It can happen at any time. Unfortunate that it is. Mm-hmm. But again, the other trade-off, too, is that if you're playing in September, you're not getting this pace of play that you're seeing now in February.
Scotty, you're not getting ESPN and TNT to televise these games. You're not getting 4.4 million
Very good point.
viewers that you got on Saturday.
Very good point.
So that's also, and that factors in as well, because this is not a charity. This is a money-making operation. So that's also, you have to factor that in as well.
Yeah, it's a fabulous point. It really is. Now, the big questions, again, the next couple of days will be about the health or lack thereof, specifically of Team USA. Look, Team Canada's not healthy either, and Team Canada didn't have Cale Makar for that loss on Saturday night in Montreal. We assume he's going to be good to play Thursday. Why? Well, because he played earlier on Monday in that 5-3 victory for Team Canada, where they built a lead, healthy 4-0 after 40, and then hung on, and maybe a little bit too close for comfort at the end, but Crosby scores into an empty net, and Team Canada takes care of Team Finland 5-3 to advance to Thursday night in that rematch that we've all been waiting for against Team USA. So, again, there are guys playing now, as we know, that aren't 100% healthy, but who can suit up for Team USA. Look, Austin Matthews, I'm expecting him to play on Thursday. The Tkachuk boys, we're expecting them to play. If they can put a pair of skates on, my guess would be that they're not going to miss that game for sure. We've talked about Matthew Tkachuk, and we talked about Game 7, a victory over Edmonton.
Yes.
Thursday's like that from an international best-on-best standpoint. We've talked about Brady Tkachuk not having any playoff experience, really, any playoff success, certainly, because you need that experience, and you need to get there first, and he's hoping that his Ottawa Senators can speak about that in a couple of months' time. But in the meantime, Thursday might be the biggest game of his life as well. So I think that they'll find some way, somehow, to be in the lineup for the Stars and Stripes.
It's funny you mentioned Brady, because Saturday was the biggest game in his life.
Until the next
5 days later, this is the biggest game.
Until round 2.
Scotty, you get to the end of the rainbow, and you don't want to play in this game, even if you're 65 or 70%. And yes, you have to be aware of what you need to do for your club to get your club to the playoffs once play resumes. But I got to think if you're at least 50%, you're going to be going in.
Yes, and again, it is something, if Brady is nursing something, that will be something that would take him out for some time from the Ottawa Senators lineup post Four Nations face-off. It'll be a talking point, no doubt. But with all due respect, and Brady's obligations are to the Senators as the team captain there, and he wants to make the playoffs as much as anybody in Canada's national capital. But also he wants to win for his country, and he wants to finish the job here. They took care of Canada Saturday night. He feels like they can do it again coming up on Thursday. They're going to get a chance to now do it again, but now south of the border in Boston, Mass. Canada's got some different designs on this. They feel like, hey, we wanted another shot. They got the next shot against Team USA by virtue of the 5-3 victory over the Finns, and we'll have to see. You know, there's an awful lot of pride in that Team Canada dressing room. And
no question.
Chris Pronger said on Sunday night, he said, look.
People breaking ankles jumping off the
Absolutely.
bandwagon. I love that.
Where have I seen that before, said Chris Pronger. He said 2002, 2010, and we know how that ended up at Salt Lake City and Vancouver, respectively.
And I think if you're a USA fan, the one decent takeaway is the Tkachuks got hurt but never went to the room and stayed in the room. They came back. They were on the bench, opening the door. So it wasn't that serious an injury where you never saw them again. You saw them on the bench, and they just aired on the side of Carson. So that's the one bright, I think, spot for the U.S. with respect to their health is that these guys were around the team. And hopefully they get to suit up for Thursday and play in the biggest games of their lives.
Yeah, you want them to be there, and I think that they are going to be there. And we'll have to see just exactly what the U.S. offers up in this rematch with Canada. If Canada can, go over the film as to what went wrong and why they couldn't penetrate the U.S. defense for the last 40 minutes going back to Saturday, see if they can make those adjustments along the way. And, the goaltending battle is going to be fascinating to watch.
Absolutely.
Because we've talked about Connor Hellebuck, and Connor's got his skeptics out there. He's going to win another Vezina Trophy this year. And he'll make a speech accepting that award at the end as the top goaltender in the National Hockey League. But it's been a few years since 2018. It's been a few years since they went to the Final Four with the Winnipeg Jets. And he is going to have to prove at playoff time that he can take his team on a run. And a great place to start would be winning this huge game coming up on Thursday. As we say, at the other end will be Jordan Binnington. John Cooper has stuck with him when many like yours truly have said, I would have gone to Aiden Hill and given him a look. You're doing it too?
Yep.
John is stuck by Binnington, and as we say, Binnington will be back in the familiar confines of TD Garden, where he won in Game 7 here in Boston back in 2019, took care of business. He'll be looking to do the same in the very same city, in the very same barn coming up on Thursday. So a real fascinating goaltending matchup to look forward to. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we will continue here from TD Garden in Boston. We will have post-game reaction for you in case you missed all the highlights and lowlights along the way. The lowlights being the injuries for Team USA. We'll recap the game a little bit further for you when we come back. Scott Laughlin alongside Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period. We will take a break and be back after this. You're listening to the Four Nations Face-Off post-game show on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
In case you missed it on NHL Network Radio.
Sidney Crosby, shoulder down, cuts to the net, stop, in front, they score! Mark Stone buries it, late period number 2. Crosby sends it back for Marner with speed. He doesn't go to the bench. Marner scores! Mitch Marner scores the goal. Canada draws first blood.
NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Everybody that be living it up, we said.
Yo, what's up? It's SiriusXM Fly. I can't come to the phone right now because I'm over on channel 50 playing those 90s.
What's my name? Let's flip the track from the old school back.
And 2000s hip-hop and R&B throwbacks. Commercial free, 24/7. Pull up, channel 50, and at home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. Holla.
Attention IRA millionaires, did you think you missed your chance to convert your IRA and avoid massive taxes? Think again. Because of Trump's re-election, you now have a second chance to lock in historic savings. Over the years, I've written 2 best-selling books about maximizing Roth conversions. Now I've updated the playbook to reflect the latest tax laws and to dive even deeper into the strategies you're going to need. I've packed it with practical ideas that really work. Strategies you won't find in cookie-cutter advice or online calculators. Amazon sells Roth Conversion Reset for $19.95. But you can get the full-color instant PDF download for just a fraction of that, and you don't even have to wait for shipping. Text ROTH to 888-660-7684. That's 888-660-ROTH to get your copy now. You'll learn the latest strategies that incorporate the new tax laws, estate planning techniques, and even charitable giving tactics to make your money work smarter. Roth Conversion Reset will help you avoid leaving a fortune on the table for the IRS. Text ROTH to 888-660-ROTH and start saving today.
Message and data rates may apply.
Does every room in your home make you smile? Well, it can. California Closets specializes in making space for what belongs. We call it practical magic. Learn more at californiaclosets.com.
We are back here at TD Garden in Boston. Scott Laughlin alongside Dennis Bernstein from the 4th period. It was Team Sweden 2, Team USA 1 as we wrap up the pseudo round robin portion of the Four Nations face-off, and we get to the pseudo medal round, which of course consists of the championship game coming our way on Thursday night. NHL Network Radio on Sirius XM with complete coverage the next couple of days and leading into the big game coming up on Thursday, where everybody will be watching, and you out there in Listerland thankfully will be listening as well as we get set for the rematch, much anticipated as it is, as it will be in the next couple of days between Canada and the United States. First off, let's recap what happened tonight. As far as the game that wrapped it all up, Sweden against Team USA, the Swedes playing for pride. They needed either Finland or Canada to have to go past 60 minutes earlier in the day. That didn't happen, clearly, as Team Canada put the Raps on a 5-3 victory over the Finns, and they clinched a spot in that rematch on Thursday night versus Team America. Let's recap this one then tonight, because the Swedes really did play with a whole lot of pride, as it turned out, playing for the crowns, the Tre Kroner on their sweaters. And despite the fact that they got behind early, they really showed a lot of perseverance, determination, and courage in coming back to win this one. But not before Chris Kreider opened the scoring. Now, Kreider was inserted into the lineup for Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk unable to go, but Brady told us, don't worry about it, he'll be good to go for Thursday, as it turns out, in a rematch against Team Canada. We know about the roster adjustments. The veteran Kreider, the big-bodied speedster from the New York Rangers, he opens the scoring just 35 seconds in. Here to make it official with the call once again, Steve Kouleas and Andrew Raycroft.
Ottinger makes the save on Forsling. Eichel knocks it out. Here comes Zach Werenski. Right in on goal. Shot, save, rebound, they score! Guess who? Welcome to the tournament, Chris Kreider.
Now, little did we know at that point that would be it for Team USA. Spoiler alert, 1 goal for Team USA. Kreider gets it, and he gets it 35 seconds in. Zach Werenski with assist number 5 in the tournament. Jack Eichel gets his 4th assist. And Team USA had themselves the 1-0 advantage. Now, moments after that, Dylan Larkin hit the goalpost. It was that close to becoming a 2-0 advantage for Team USA. Young Sam Ersson was under pressure. He was under siege, but the young goalie responded accordingly. Made a nice save as the period went on to keep it a 1-0 game and to allow this to happen just under 14 minutes into the opening period.
Up to Boldy, can't get it out. Arvidsson keeps it in to Carlson with a shot. Ottinger, he can't squeeze it, it goes in. A weak shot. Knocked in by Gustav Nyquist, and we're tied at 1.
All right, so that's Nyquist on a nice redirect. Victor Arvidsson by the sideboards throws it towards the net. And Gus Nyquist with the redirect, he gets it past Ottinger. Ottinger could only get just a piece of it. It trickles over the line and towards the back of the net for Nyquist, his first of the tournament. Erik Karlsson gets his 2nd assist of the tournament, and Arvidsson gets helper number 1 in the tournament as well. It was 1-1. Time of the goal was 13:39. And it stayed that way until the final minute of the opening period.
Nylander steals it back, brings it in. Down the left wing, stops in the circle. In the slot, scores! Jesper Bratt from William Nylander. What a shot! 2-1 Sweden. All right, so it's Bratt, his first of the tournament, from Nylander, who gets his second assist of the tournament. Sweden up 2-1. Time of the goal, 19:04 of the opening stanza. And it was 2-1 for Sweden after 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal in the opening period in favor of Team USA. They outshot the Tre Kroner 13-8, but the Swedes had the advantage. On we would go to period number 2, and in the second period, Sam Ersson starting to feel it. He's starting to feel a little bit of confidence in goal for Sweden. Chipped in by Boldy, and he gives chase. 11:05 to go here, second period, 2-1 Sweden. Stealing the puck is Boldy, in front of the net for Brock Nelson. He is denied and then pushes Ersson. All right, so a big stop there. And as it turned out, the Swedes would outshoot the American squad 9-8 in the second period. So for Team Sweden, 17 shots on goal through 40. For Team USA, 21 shots on goal, but just the one lone marker from Chris Kreider. Of course, that coming at 35 seconds of the opening period. So it's 2-1 for Sweden as we headed for period number 3, and it's Brock Nelson once again. Just over 6 minutes left to play in regulation time.